जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य महाप्रभु की जय। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य शिक्षाष्टकम की जय। निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। Thank you once again, Dhāmeśvara Mahāprabhu Prabhu, for kindly being the host for today's 29th session on Śrī-Caitanya-Śikṣāṣṭakam. I'm very grateful to you for your kind support. I still remember how you had suggested to me very casually that we should do a series of talks on Upadeshamritam or some literature. And then by your inspiration, I took up the idea. And here we are today after Upadeshamritam, we are doing Shikshashtakam. I'm so happy to have you as my host and Param Karuna Prabhu as the co-host. I'm very thankful to all the wonderful devotees who are present here. So many friends of mine are also present here. I'm very grateful to each and every one of them for kindly giving their time, for kindly giving their attention, because these two factors, time and attention, are most lacking in today's world. There are people who are very rich with time, very rich with money, but they are extremely poor with time. So most of us are facing acute poverty of time and acute poverty of attention. And all of you have kindly agreed to give me your time and your attention, for which I am very thankful to each and every one of you, dear devotees. Without further delay, I'd like to begin the 29th session of Śrī-Caitanya-Śikṣāṣṭakam. The screen is shared in front of all of you. Before we continue, I'd like to offer the verse which was composed especially for this verse of Shri Siksastakam. Ekatmani vyavasthayam tridehe vakchatushtaye panchatattve षडक्षेषु सप्तचक्रेषु मे तथा सदा विशतु गौरांग महाप्रभुमुखोद्गतं रम्यं शिक्षाष्टकं येन धन्यः स्याम भूरि भूरिशः. So we have already discussed the translation of this verse many times in the past. We'll move ahead and discuss a wonderful new verse. New in the sense it is being quoted for the first time here in this series. This verse is a glorification of Bhagavan's Naam, and this is from the Bhagavan Naam Mahatmya Sangraha. This is a wonderful verse, and I'll sing it. It is in the meter Vasanta Tilakam. Antargato yadi haris tapasa tatah kim Nantargato yadi haris tapasa tatah kim Antarbahir yadi haris tapasa tatah kim Nantarbahir yadi haris tapasa tatah kim. Dear devotees, we'll see that except for the first term on every line, all the other terms are exactly the same. Yadi, haris, tapasa, tatah, kim are common to all the four lines. The first two lines says, Antargato yadi haris. If hari is within the pathways of the mouth, tapasa, tatah, kim, then what is the use of austerities? And na antargato yadi haris. And if hari is not within the pathways of the mouth, tapasa tatah kim, what is the use of austerities? Antar bahir yadi haris tapasa tatah kim. If hari is inside and outside of oneself, what is the use of austerities? And nantar bahir yadi haris tapasa tatah kim. And if hari is not inside and outside of oneself, what is the use of austerities? This is a wonderful verse which glorifies Shri Harinam and Smaran of Bhagavan Hari. And this style of verse is called as Lat Anupras. Lat Anupras means where the lines are almost similar except for the change of one or two syllables one or two words. This is the Sanskrit figure of speech known as Lat Anupras, and this gives a wonderful effect to the entire verse, and of course a wonderful message conveyed through the verse. We are continuing our discussion on the second verse of Śrī-Caitanya-Śikṣāṣṭakam. Nam namakari bahudha nija sarva shaktis tatrarpita niyamita smaranena kalaha etādṛśī tava kṛpā bhagavan mamāpi durdaivam īdṛśam ihājani nānurāgaḥ. Dhāmeśvara Mahāprabhu, can you kindly read the Anvay?
O Bhagavan, in regards to your unlimited names, immense variety has been manifested by you. Moreover, all of your personal potencies have been eternally invested in these names, and no specific time has been fixed for remembering them. Such is your causeless mercy. Yet my misfortune is that no genuine attachment was developed by me in these names.
Thank you, Prabhu. So this is the Anvay, or the logical arrangement of the terms. And we have seen previously the various clauses in the verse. And we are on the final clause, etādṛśī tava kṛpā bhagavan. O Bhagavan, such is your causeless mercy. Yet, mama durdaivam api, my misfortune is also such that ihājani nānurāgaḥ, no genuine attachment was developed in Harinam by myself. So the same Anvay arranged in the form of sentences. Dear devotees, we have already seen that the misfortune of the living entities is primarily because of Nam Aparadh. And we have been discussing Nam Aparadhs in great detail. Previously too, in the Upadeshamritam series, we discussed Nam Aparadh, but in that series, Nam Aparadhs were discussed from the point of view of the commentaries of the previous acharyas, especially Shri Sanatana Goswami. In this series, we are again doing a fresh discussion on the 10 Nam Aparadhs, but this time more from a day-to-day application practicality point of view, also while quoting Shastra for all the pramanas that we are giving. Dear devotees, we have seen the second Nam Aparadh last time, where the relationship between Bhagavan Vishnu and Bhagavan Shiva was discussed, and we had a wonderful discussion, and so much Shastra was quoted, and there were wonderful question and answers, and the Q&A also went on in the group, in the chat group, and it is still going on. Dear devotees, we'll move ahead to the third Nam Aparadh, and the third Nam Aparadh is specified by Shri Sanatana Goswami in the Hari Bhakti Vilas. It is originally from the Padma Puran. Guroravagya, to disobey or disrespect the Guru. Guror avagya. Avagya has two meanings. Disobedience being the first, disrespect being the second. On many occasions, dear devotees, we obtain a very nice Guru, a Vaishnava Guru, a bona fide Guru, but often we are unable to value such a Guru. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur Mahashaya says in his writings, especially in Jaiva Dharma, he says that it is a fact that a Vaishnava's value is realized mainly after the Vaishnava leaves this planet. While the Vaishnava is present on the planet, most people are unable to realize the value of such a Vaishnava. And often in our relationship with the Guru, we become so casual and so careless that sometimes we disrespect that very Guru who had given so much care and affection to us, especially in times when we needed that care and affection the most. And I'm speaking about that Guru who comes at a point in our lives when we are truly in need of spiritual knowledge, and the Guru comes and gives that knowledge to us at a time when we need it the most. And thereby the Guru revolutionizes our life, our entire understanding of the world, our entire understanding of spirituality. And then after some time, this relationship with the Guru, we become very casual and we may start taking for granted. And then comes Gurur Avagya, disobedience or disrespect of the Guru. The term Guru is defined by the grammarians as follows. First definition is Granati Sadharmam. He speaks the bona fide dharma of the living entity, iti Guru. Therefore, he is Guru. This is from the verbal root gre, shabde. And another definition is Girati Agyanam iti Guru. He swallows or he takes away all of one's ignorance. Therefore, he is Guru. This is from another verbal root gre nigarane, which is used in context of swallowing. So he who swallows up or destroys all ignorance is also Guru. This term is formed using the grammar sutra, Unadi Sutra, Krigrorucha. And the term Avagya means avahelanam, disrespect or disobedience, according to Amar Kosh. So dear devotees, Guru or Avagya, to disobey or disrespect the Guru is the third Naam Aparadh, because it is the Guru who had bestowed Naam upon us. Some Gurus give Mantra Diksha, some Gurus give a deeper understanding of the mantra. And both types of Gurus are supposed to be respected. Today we will dive deep into the various types of Guru. But first and foremost, it is very important to understand that accepting a Guru is mandatory, compulsory on the path of spiritual life. Srila Prabhupada, in a purport to Srimad Bhagavatam 2.1.8, says something. Dhāmeśvara Mahāprabhu, kindly read the very important purport that Srila Prabhupada specifies.
Medical books of anatomy or physiology are available in the market, but no one can become a qualified medical practitioner simply by reading such books at home. One has to be admitted to the medical college and study the books under the guidance of learned professors. Similarly, Srimad Bhagavatam, the postgraduate study of the science of Godhead, can only be learned by studying it at the feet of a realized soul, like Srila Vyasadeva. Although Shukadeva Goswami was a liberated soul from the very day of his birth, he still had to take lessons of Srimad Bhagavatam from his great father, Vyasadeva.
So even though Sri Shukadeva Goswami was liberated as soon as he appeared from the womb of his mother, still he had to learn under the guidance of a personal Guru. And books cannot be a replacement for personal guidance of a Guru. Dear devotee, it is very important to understand that Srila Prabhupada has emphasized this point. Sometimes devotees think that tape recordings of Srila Prabhupada can substitute the need of a personal Guru. But Srila Prabhupada himself says on many occasions that tape recordings are no replacement for personal guidance. In a talk on Srimad Bhagavatam, Srila Prabhupada especially mentions this. Prabhu, kindly read what Srila Prabhupada says.
Unless one is svanubhavam, self-realized, his life is Bhagavata. He cannot preach Bhagavata. That will not be effective. A gramophone will not help. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's secretary, Swarup Damodar, recommended Bhagavata Padas Vaishnavira Thani, that if you want to read Srimad Bhagavatam, you must approach a person who is life-living Bhagavata. Otherwise, there is no question of Bhagavata realization.
Yes, so it's very clear. And Srila Prabhupada says that a gramophone will not help. Now, many people will especially say, well, this may be true for other gurus, But for Srila Prabhupada, this may not be true. So let's see what Srila Prabhupada himself says about his own recordings. In a morning walk conversation, Srila Prabhupada spoke to an individual named Patrick. Prabhu, kindly read what Srila Prabhupada says.
This is very easy to understand, just like you were recording my speeches in the tape recorder. When you play back, it will speak just like I'm speaking, but I'm not there. Is it not a fact?
Yes. So dear devotees, it's very clear. Srila Prabhupada himself specifies that in the tape recording, although I am speaking, but I am not there. And in other places, Srila Prabhupada says, I am always there in my books. So both these things we will see, both these speeches we will see. But there is a difference, dear devotees, between tape recordings and the personal presence. There is a big difference, dear devotees. Nothing can substitute having the personal presence of a guru, having the guru look directly into one's eyes, having the guru's merciful hand on the head as a benediction. Nothing can substitute having that personal loving relationship with the guru. There is no substitute to that, dear devotees. This culture of having a personal relationship with the guru is Sanatan Dharma. It is eternal religious principle. One meeting with the guru, even though for a few minutes, can bring about such a change that may not be brought about by reading n number of books on the same subject matter. Dear devotees, in personal meeting with the guru, a connection of emotion is established with the guru, and emotional connection is established with that guru, and that love and reciprocation that is felt in a personal relationship cannot usually be felt by reading the books of the guru. There are individuals who have read Srila Jiva Goswami for their entire life. There are individuals who have read Srila Rupa Goswami for their entire life. But if you ask them a question, what prasad did Sri Rupa Goswami like? What prasad did Sri Jiva Goswami like? Which sabji or which variety of dal did they like? It will be difficult for them to answer, because these answers were not written in the books of the Goswamis. These answers are only available to a person who has personally associated with the Goswamis. Similarly, after thousands of years, or maybe after a few hundred years, there will come a generation, or even currently there is a generation which has never met Srila Prabhupada in person. And if you ask them, do you feel the same connection with Srila Prabhupada as those who have interacted in person with Srila Prabhupada? And they will say, we don't exactly feel the same connection because we don't have any personal memories of Srila Prabhupada. Therefore, there was a video series made, Memories of Srila Prabhupada. But in that video series, only those who directly associated with Srila Prabhupada were featured, not those who have read the books of Srila Prabhupada. So, dear devotees, it's very important to have that personal, loving connection with the Guru. But often, dear devotees, it becomes very difficult for some individuals, in fact, many individuals, to put faith in the Guru, especially in today's age when so many of us are filled with so many faults. And when an individual sees the entire society to be full of faults, they have high expectations from the Guru. My Guru should be perfect. My Guru should be faultless. My Guru should be Uttamadhikari. But when they see the reality of the situation, they become extremely disheartened. And therefore, Srila Prabhupada speaks of this bad experience. Prabhu, kindly read what Srila Prabhupada says.
One cannot become a devotee personally, just like some rascals say, what is the use of accepting a guru? Of course, they have got very bad experience. But who is Acharya? Acharya means one who has received the Vedic knowledge through the Parampara system.
So the main point here that I want to highlight is that Srila Prabhupada acknowledges that, of course, they have got very bad experience. There is a reason why certain individuals will never accept a guru. And the reason why they will never accept a guru who is physically present is because they have got very bad experience. That they have been somewhere cheated thoroughly in their experience of guru. That somewhere they put so much trust, so much faith in a person, and that person eventually ended up cheating their trust. And when that cheating took place, at that point of time, the loss of trust and the fear of putting trust in another human being has taken over them. And because of this loss of trust, this lack of trust, they are unwilling to put trust in any person who is currently physically present. And dear devotees, as Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, a person becomes much more valuable after they have left this world. So suddenly they start seeing value in Vaishnavas who have departed from this world. And then, dear devotees, they do not accept a guru in person. Instead, they accept books as the guru. Now, dear devotees, everybody is having freedom in their spiritual life. We are free to do whatever we want to do. Nobody can force us technically to behave in a particular manner. We are free to select our guru, or we are free to not select a guru. We are free to select an institution, a sangha. We are free to be a Vaishnava or not to be a Vaishnava in the first place. That is the freedom that Bhagavan has bestowed upon us, and nobody can take away that freedom from us. It is a fact that due to bad experience with a guru, a person may be hesitant. A person may display lack of trust when it comes to accepting another guru. At this point of time, one should be patient, because when the bona fide guru actually arrives in somebody's life, that bona fide guru is able to revolutionize and transform one's life, and also able to give that personal, caring, loving touch which one has been desiring. Actually, one does not come to the position of rejecting all gurus automatically. One first goes through a bad experience and then comes to the position of rejecting a guru. The position of rejecting physically present gurus is not the de facto position of the living entity. The de facto position of the living entity is to first try and see if a bona fide guru is available. And when that faith, that trust is broken, when somebody is cheated in a relationship with the guru, just as in a married relationship, in a marriage, if somebody is cheated upon, Dhāmeśvara Mahāprabhu, will they easily be able to put trust in another marriage partner?
No.
No. Similarly, in a relationship with the guru, if they are cheated, especially because in the relationship with the guru, the maximum responsibility is upon the guru. The maximum responsibility is not upon the disciple. And therefore, the person who is shouldering the maximum responsibility, if that person suddenly pulls the carpet from beneath our feet, then we suddenly feel that we have been punched in the blind, and we couldn't do anything about it. Helplessly feeling disappointed about this situation, a person may develop trust issues, and due to developing trust issues, one may select not accept another guru again. Traditionally, there has been shastric evidence for the faults of Kali Yuga gurus. In certain shastras, in certain tantras, it has been said, Gurau sambhavita dosha prayena tu kalau yuge. There are many faults possible within the guru in Kali Yuga. Many faults possible. The Guru has appeared in this environment of Kali Yuga. The Guru has appeared in one of the countries, one of the cultures which are prevalent in Kali Yuga. Therefore, there is a high possibility that many of the faults that come along with this age may also be seen within the Guru. It is but natural. But dear devotees, there are some faults which we can overlook and some faults which we should not overlook. If the Guru's character is proper, if the Guru has not fallen from his character, but there are some minor faults seen, then one can optionally ignore those faults. And didn't we study this in Upadeshamritam? That दृष्टै स्वभावजनितैर्वपुषश्च दोषैर् न प्राकृतत्वमिह भक्तजनस्य पश्येत् गंगां भसां न खलु बुद्बुदफेन पंकैर् ब्रह्म द्रवत्वमपगच्छति नीरधर्मै. We saw this in the Upadeshamritam. Sri Rupa Goswami also knows that it is possible that we may see faults in the body or faults in the nature of a Vaishnava. And sometimes people think that I will not accept a guru, I will directly accept a mantra from a deity, because there are so many problems in the gurus of Kali Yuga. Historically, there is one place in Shastra where it is said that if a guru is not available, you can go to Bhagavan Dakshinamurti. You are seeing the painting of Bhagavan Dakshinamurti in front of all of you on the screen. Bhagavan Dakshinamurti is Bhagavan Shiva, who is always looking in the Dakshina, southern direction. Who is Bhagavan Dakshinamurti. He is surrounded by various sages, and he is the representative of all the gurus of Tantra Shastra. I have specified earlier what is Tantra. Tantras are literature which are prominent in the age of Kali. And Tantras are mainly spoken by Bhagavan Shiva. And Bhagavan Dakshinamurti is the representative of, is the form of Bhagavan Shiva, who acts as the Guru, instructing all the Tantras. And there are verses in Shastra which specify what to do when a Guru is absent. Adikshita upadhyaya vihinah shakti bhaktiman gurorabhave deveshi pustakam gurumacharet. In the Tantras, Bhagavan Shiva says something. Dhāmeśvara Mahāprabhu, kindly read.
O Parvati, a non-initiated person in the absence of all gurus should accept the book containing the mantra as guru.
Oh my goodness, so it is already in Shastra. It is already in Shastra. That Adikshita, condition 1, you are non-initiated. All right, check. Condition 2, Shakti Bhaktiman, you're full of devotion. All right, I can certify myself, yes. And third, Guru Rabhave. And if a guru is not present, then, oh Parvati, one should accept the book as the guru. Now, dear devotees, I could have chosen not to give this praman, but there is a reason why I am giving this praman. I had to really, dig deep into the Shastra to find such pramanas. Usually, I do not show such pramanas, but today I am showing for one particular reason. Dear devotees, some individuals may use pramanas like these to say that you can take initiation directly from Bhagavan Dakshinamurti. In fact, the similar tantras say that if you cannot find a guru, then go on Chaturdashi day. Chaturdashi is the 14th day of the dark fortnight, to a deity of Bhagavan Dakshinamurti. Write your favorite mantra on a piece of paper. Put it in front of Bhagavan Dakshinamurti. Offer all sorts of worship to Bhagavan Dakshinamurti and offer some sweet, some paisam. Paisam is one type of sweet to Bhagavan Dakshinamurti. After worshipping him, take that paper, read the mantra 108 times, and congratulations, you are initiated in the mantra directly by Bhagavan Dakshinamurti. So you don't need any acharya or any guru. This is already given in the Shastra. But, dear devotees, this is going to come with a very severe warning. And the indications are already given in this verse. Guror abhave. If a guru is not at all present, what is the meaning of this? It means that there is some mantra, but the sampradaya has been lost. You have searched through each and every corner of the country, but you were not able to find any guru. And in that condition, you can make such an arrangement. It's not that a guru, a bona fide guru, is not present within my organization, so I went. No, no. You have to look outside of your organizations if you feel that a bona fide guru is not present within yours. Shastra does not take into consideration organizations. Shastra looks at guru as a principle. Shastra looks at all gurus. And then it gives a very strict warning. Yadi kaschid bhave devi gurustantra vichakshana dikshitah shiva mantrena vaishnava shubha lakshana. O Devi, however, if there is any bona fide Vaishnav guru expert in the tantras, endowed with all auspicious qualities and initiated in the desired mantra, tam parityajya yo devi para bhaktopi bhaktiman pustakam tu gurum kuryat sab bhave shivaghataka. And in the presence of such a guru, if one renounces such a guru and instead accepts a book as a guru, then he becomes an offender unto Bhagavan Shiva. So this, dear devotees, is Guru Avagya, one of the ways in which the avagya, disrespect of guru, is done by not accepting a bona fide guru when such a guru is present. Somebody may say, oh, such a guru is not to be found in my sangha, but why did you not look outside your sangha? It was your supreme duty to look outside your sangha, because gurus, bona fide gurus, especially in Kali Yuga, for Vaishnavas, said there are 4 Vaishnav Sampradayas. Why did you not look outside of your group? If you felt, first and foremost, you should have looked inside your group properly. And you should have prayed to Bhagavan that kindly bestow a bona fide guru unto me. And if you were so convinced that there was no bona fide guru inside my group, why did you not look outside? Only if the sampradaya is lost, then one can take to Bhagavan Dakshinamurti. But nowadays, this is not the case. The sampradaya is alive and thriving. Therefore, dear devotees, one should take shelter of a bona fide guru in person. And there is no other way for a Vaishnava, especially in this age of Kali. Here is the original Sanskrit for those who wish to see. Bhagavan Shiva is saying to Parvati Devi that adikshita upadhyaya vihinah shakti bhaktiman guror abhave deveshi pustakam gurumachare. So I'm showing the original Sanskrit so that those who wish to see the original Praman can see here. Only when such a guru is not available anywhere on earth should one take to this particular solution, not otherwise. If even a single bona fide guru is present, one should definitely take shelter of a personal guru, because there is no substitute to having that wonderful, loving reciprocation with the guru. The warmth that is felt when the guru personally places his hand on the head of the disciple, when the guru gives encouraging words to the disciple, and the warmth that is felt also when the guru chastises the disciple, when the guru corrects the disciple, when the guru tells the disciple that you were wrong in doing so, that cannot be substituted by any book or literature in this entire world. Therefore, O Vaishnavas, by all means, even if you were cheated in your relationship with your guru previously, this does not mean that a bona fide relationship will never take place. Just as in a marriage, if somebody is cheated in the first instance, doesn't mean that there are no bona fide spouses. Similarly, if in a relationship with the guru one has been cheated in the first instance, doesn't mean that there are no bona fide gurus on the planet. There are bona fide gurus on the planet, and one should definitely aim to cultivate a relationship with such bona fide gurus. The role of a personal guru is especially mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam in great detail. There's a wonderful verse in the Srimad Bhagavatam about the role of the guru. And this verse in the Srimad Bhagavatam is as follows. Nridehamadyam sulabham sudurlabham plavam sukalpam guru karnadharam maya nabhasvateritam puman bhavabdhim natare sa atmaha. The 11th canto says, Sulabham, by good fortune, a person may obtain the rarely attained boat. Plavam, the original Sanskrit says plavam, boat. And what is that plavam? Nrideham, in the form of the human body. So the human body is compared to a boat. And this boat, Sukalpam, is the original source of all auspiciousness, and it is Sukalpam, well equipped with all accessories. And most importantly, you can't just place a boat in the ocean and expect it to reach the other side. Guru Karnadharam, the guru is the chief helmsman. Sometimes people say captain. There is a difference between captain and helmsman. A captain is somebody who directs other helmsmen to drive the ship. And a helmsman is somebody who personally drives the ship. So that is the meaning of a helmsman. So Guru Karanadharam, Guru is the helmsman who personally shows direction and drives the ship. And Maya Anukulena Nabhasvata Iritam. And I, Bhagavan says, I am the favorable winds. I give Vedic instructions in the form of Vedic instructions, in the form of my remembrance. I give favorable winds. Despite all these, a human who doesn't cross over Bhavabdhi, the ocean of material existence, Sa Atmaha, is certainly a killer of the self. Dear devotees, in this entire analogy, in Sanskrit, analogies are known as Rupaka. So in this entire Rupaka, in this entire analogy, the human body is compared to the boat. The guru is compared to the helmsman of the boat. And Bhagavan and Bhagavan's instructions and Bhagavan's remembrance is compared to the favorable winds. And even after all these factors are needed. Somebody may say, I'll just take the books without the personal guidance. Dear devotees, please look at the screen. This is like having a boat without a helmsman. Now, how many of us would like to be in such a situation where there is a boat, but there is no helmsman to guide the boat? And we should not put ourselves in such a situation, thinking that the favorable winds will guide us on the other end. The books are the favorable winds given by Bhagavan and the previous acharyas. But you need a personal guide. And that personal guide is the guru. Because it is the guru who will show the correct direction, who will say what speed to take, which direction to take. Sometimes Shastra, the wind may be blowing in a particular direction, but the helmsman says, no, we should not take this direction. We should take another direction. So sometimes Shastra may give some indications that, you should do this, you should do that. The books of the previous acharyas may give certain indications. But the personal guru tells us, no, I have seen you. This is not what you should do. You should instead do like this. And that is the specialty of having a personal guru. Otherwise, dear devotees, simply having instructions from books or recordings are not enough. Let's take the example of Srila Prabhupada, Dhāmeśvara Mahāprabhu. Let's say of course, you have a personal guru, but let's say hypothetically, you are in a situation where you did not have a personal guru and you decided that today I will decide from the books of Srila Prabhupada, from the teachings of Srila Prabhupada, which is the most important seva for me that Srila Prabhupada has given for me. Now, Dhāmeśvara Mahāprabhu, have you ever met Srila Prabhupada in person?
No.
No. So the only way you can ascertain any personal seva is through the teachings of Srila Prabhupada. So you start reading the teachings of Srila Prabhupada and suddenly you come across your choicest seva. You get your choicest seva. Dāmeśvara Mahāprabhu, please read. What is the choicest seva?
This Sankirtan or street chanting must go on. It is our most important program.
Wonderful. So you got your most important seva, Prabhu. So are you ready, Dhāmeśvara Mahāprabhu Prabhu, to do Sankirtan?
Yes.
Because Prabhupada said it and you believe it, so it must be true. And a few days later, you read another instruction, Prabhu. Please read.
Now, the most important point is to recruit life members as many as possible.
Oh, then you decide, no, there's another most important seva. The most important seva is I'll recruit life members. And then you start recruiting life members. And then after a few days, Prabhu, you get another instruction. Please read.
Now, I very much appreciate your activities for conducting our school, and I consider your work the most important in the society.
Wonderful. So, Prabhu, then you start helping with the Gurukul projects in our society. And then you are doing the most important activity. And then after a few days, Prabhu, you read another quote. Please read.
I consider this Mayapur project to be our most important work.
Prabhu, then you suddenly shift to Mayapur and then you start doing the most important work. And then after a few days, Prabhu, you read something else. Please read, Prabhu.
The most important thing is that you must follow all the rules and regulations very strictly.
Oh my goodness. Then you come back to Laguna Beach and start following all the rules and regulations very strictly because that was the most important seva. And finally, you come back to where you started.
There's no doubt about it. To distribute books is the most important activity.
So, Prabhu, please tell me which is the most important. And I want an answer from Srila Prabhupada.
We can't say because so many things have been said to be the most important.
So many things are most important, but I want my most important. Because there is positive, comparative, and superlative. Good, better, best. More, most. Most, there is nothing beyond most. So I want the most important thing for me. And which is the most important instruction for me? So when such important decisions are to be made, you cannot escape personal guidance. Even if somebody is reading the books, at this point of time, we will need a person who will guide us. And that person will act as our Shiksha Guru, who will tell us which is the most important seva, which can be selected among so many limbs of bhakti that have been given. So it is very important to understand that simply having general instructions from the books is not important, is not sufficient. What is needed is to have that personalized, tailor-made guidance. And not only this, it is also specified in the Srimad Bhagavatam that not only are the instructions variegated, but the followers are also variegated. The devotees themselves are the people who are going to follow the instructions are also variegated. Kapil Muni says in the third canto, Bhakti yogo bahuvidho margair-bhamini bhavyate swabhava guna margena pumsam bhavo vibhidyate. Go kindly read the translation.
O noble lady, according to the diverse moods and dispositions of the practitioners, Bhakti Yoga is executed in diverse ways. The moods and dispositions of the practitioners are diverse due to the diversity of their inherent qualities acquired from previous lives.
So, the practitioners themselves have different qualities, different natures, and Kapil Muni says, therefore, Bhakti Yoga is executed in different ways. Now, who will teach each individual practitioner how to execute their specific customized version of Bhakti Yoga? Is it possible by reading books? Dhāmeśvara Mahāprabhu, please tell me.
No.
No. It is possible by taking personalized guidance, tailor-made guidance. And I have often said this thing, hearing general lectures is like taking painkillers. For all diseases, you can give a painkiller and the pain subsides for some time. But painkillers are not the remedy for all diseases. Each disease has a very specific cure, and that specific cure is available with the person who understands the disease, who understands the patient, and who understands the cure. All three things need to be understood: the disease, the cure, and the patient. Unless all these three are understood, the proper cure cannot be administered. And therefore, a personalized guru is also needed, because each individual in the society of devotees is different and needs a different variety of bhakti yoga for themselves. Two people in the same society cannot have the same version of bhakti yoga going on for themselves, because one of them may feel slightly uncomfortable with one limb of bhakti, but may feel very comfortable with another limb of bhakti. So, how do both of these individuals execute their bhakti yoga in the most favorable manner towards Shri Krishna and the Vaishnavas? For that, a personalized guru is also needed. And therefore, in the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said that not only one personalized guru, you will need multiple personalized gurus, because knowledge will come from 100 different sources, and we should be ready to accept knowledge from 100 different sources when it comes. The Avadhut Brahman Shri Dattatreya therefore says in the 11th canto, Na hyekasmat guror jnanam susthiram syat supushkalam brahma etad advitiyam vai giyate bahudharshibhi. Prabhu, kindly read the translation.
Although the absolute truth is one without a second, the sages have described him in many different ways. Therefore, one may not be able to acquire very firm or complete knowledge from a single guru.
So it is very important to have multiple gurus who will help us in multiple places in our bhakti. And all these gurus should complement each other. The disciple should select gurus in such a manner that the gurus complement each other and don't speak against each other. Because sometimes what some devotees, what they do is they'll take one guru's instructions and then they'll find another guru who's speaking exactly the opposite. And then they'll bring both of these gurus in front of each other and say, well, you were saying this and you were saying that. Why are both of you speaking against each other? And in this way, cause a quarrel. This is not an expert sadhaka. An expert sadhaka is somebody who takes an uttam guru, a guru who is highly learned in the bhakti shastras, take instructions from such a guru. But if such a sadhaka finds another uttam guru is more learned in another aspect of bhakti shastras, then he will take instructions from another guru and harmonize and reconcile those instructions, and in order to facilitate their spiritual life without causing any quarrels or arguments. That is the nature of a sadhaka who has a sorted mind, who is in the mode of goodness. Otherwise, there are some who are always intent on causing quarrels between the different opinions of different gurus. So, in this way, Dattatreya Rishi tells us that multiple gurus will be definitely needed. And our Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara also tells us that there are multiple types of gurus. In our Gaudiya Vaishnava literature, the multiple types of gurus that have been mentioned, I will give a list of the most prominent names of the types of gurus that are mentioned in Gaudiya Vaishnava literature. First and foremost is Atma. The Srimad Bhagavatam says sometimes, not all the time, sometimes Atmano Gurur Atmaiva. Sometimes one acts as one's own instructing spiritual master. And this happens often when we have no other guidance. We take our own guidance as the yardstick and we walk on the path shown by our own self. This is Atmano Gurur Atmaiva. So Atma, the self, becomes the Guru. And this is mentioned clearly in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Next, Chaitya Guru or Paramatma, super soul in the heart, is the Guru for those who have not yet found a Guru in person. So this is the Guru, Sarvatma Sarvaloka Guru. The Srimad Bhagavatam 4th canto says that the Supreme Lord is the super soul of all and he is the Guru of all the planetary systems. So he is Paramatma who guides us within the heart and who helps us finding a bona fide Guru. Now, the third type of Guru, all Vaishnavas are also considered as Gurus. In the Krishna Bhajanamritam of Shri Narhari Sarkar, associate of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he says, Sakala Vaishnava eva Guravaha. All Vaishnavas are Gurus. So these are also Gurus. Why am I listing all these Gurus? Because today's aparadh which we are discussing is Guror Avagya, to disobey, disrespect a Guru. Which Guru are we supposed to, which Guru is this aparadh applicable to? So first and foremost, we should know what are all the types of Gurus, prominent Gurus mentioned in our literature. Next is Kulguru. Kulguru is family priest who presides over Vedic rituals of the family. This is known as Kulguru. Fifth is Vyavaharik Guru. Vyavaharik Guru is a person whom we approach to learn worldly subjects such as science, music, arts, etc. is known as a Vyavaharik Guru. For practical day-to-day learning, we approach a Vyavaharik Guru in schools, colleges, etc. This term is mentioned by Sri Jiva Goswami in Bhakti Sandarbh, Vyavaharik Guru. Next is Diksha Guru, also known as the Mantra Guru. Now, the Diksha Guru or the Mantra Guru is the one who gives the Diksha mantras. And when I say Diksha mantras, I am speaking about second initiation or what we technically call Gayatri mantras. And establishes our sambandha with Bhagavan. In this regard, Sri Jiva Goswami says in the Bhakti Sandarbha that only one Diksha Guru is permitted. Accepting another Diksha Guru automatically implies rejection of the previous Diksha Guru. Automatically. You don't have to take separate permission. Automatically, by accepting a new Diksha Guru, the previous Diksha Guru becomes rejected. So this is Diksha Guru or Mantra Guru. Next is Shravan Guru. Now, dear devotees, very important. A learned Vaishnava who knows Bhakti Shastra very well and who instills faith in Shastra in us. And we approach this person to hear Shastra regularly. So often nowadays, on YouTube, we may see there are many learned Vaishnavas who are speaking from Bhakti Shastra, who are instilling faith in Bhakti Shastra within us. And we hear regularly from them on YouTube. So you can categorize them as one type of Guru, but the technical name given by Sri Jiva Goswami is Shravan Guru. So this is a Guru whom we listen to regularly because he has deep faith in Shastra and he instills that faith within us and we love listening to such a person. This is Shravan Guru. Next, dear devotees, is Shiksha Guru. Shiksha Guru is someone who is realized. Not only does he speak Shastra, he also realized Shastra. He knows the Shastra very well, and on top of that, such a Guru has a personal relationship with us. And we approach this Guru for personal guidance. Therefore, they are known as Shiksha Guru. So the subtle difference between Shravan and Shiksha Guru is that we may not be able to approach a Shravan Guru for personal guidance, but we are able to approach a Shiksha Guru for personal guidance. So and we go to them and say, see, I'm Hari Parshad Das, this is my life, this is what I've been doing, and I need some help. Can you please help me in this direction? So some personalized guidance is given by the Shiksha Guru. So that is whom we call a Shiksha Guru. Then comes Bhajan Guru. All these terms are mentioned in the Bhakti Sandarbha of Sri Jiva Goswami. Bhajan Guru is fulfilling the previous criteria. Realized Vaishnav, knows Bhakti Shastra very well, but we approach this Guru because this Guru is a Rasik. In the sense, he knows how to do bhajan very well. He knows Bhakti Ras. He understands Rasa Tattva. And then we approach this Guru and ask him, well, besides my personal problems, I also want to learn from you. how to relish bhakti ras. Because that is the final attainment I want. Prem, bhakti ras. I want this. And you can teach me. You are my bhajan guru. So this, dear devotees, is bhajan guru. And now, dear devotees, we can see the levels of specialization of gurus. And we can see in comparison, can we get all of this by reading a book? Can we get all of this detail simply by reading a book? Certainly not. We cannot get these details by reading a book. A very simple thing, let's say a very simple thing such as how to sing a particular meter. You have to get it from a person. A book will not be able to tell you how to sing a meter. You have to get it by hearing a person. Doubt solving is a living process. Learning bhajan is a living process. Therefore, it's very important for us to understand that a Shravan Guru, a Shiksha Guru, a Bhajan Guru, these have to be individuals who are present physically, especially Shiksha Guru and Bhajan Guru have to be present physically. Shiksha Guru is needed for doubt solving and personal guidance. Bhajan Guru is needed for the final bhajan, final mode of worship that we are going to take up in our life. And how sweet such a relationship should be. We can only imagine the sweetness that should be in such relationships with the Shiksha Guru and Bhajan Guru. Shravan Guru may be somebody on far away or on YouTube, but Shiksha Guru and Bhajan Guru, they have to be up close, personal. They should know us. They should know our secrets. They should keep our secrets. We should know them. We should know their secrets. We should keep their secrets. That is confidence. Not an impersonal book. That is not the persona. We should know the food priorities, the clothing priorities. What do they like? Which limb of bhakti do they like? In this way, this is the personal exchange between the guru and the disciple, and this culture should always remain. And no disrespect towards those who have accepted books as their guru. No disrespect towards them. Because as I said in the beginning, everybody has freedom on this path. You have the freedom of selecting the path, and it is you who will be getting the result according to the path you selected. So, but the sweetness of having a personal guru can never be matched by books. Therefore, it is very important to have this personalized Shiksha Guru, personalized Bhajan Guru. And ultimately, there is Jagat Guru or Samashti Guru, Shri Krishna. Sometimes it says Shri Balram. So Samashti Guru is Shri Krishna or Shri Balram, the Guru of the entire universe, all the universes. Now, Sri Jiva Goswami makes a very important point. He says, Atha Shravan Guru, Bhajana Shiksha Guruvoho Prayikam Ekatvam. He says, usually there should be one person who is the Shravan Guru, Shiksha Guru, and Bhajan Guru. It is best if these three are found in a single person. So you don't have to run for your daily Shravan to person A. You don't have to run to person B for your doubt solving and your personal queries. And you don't have to run to person C for your in-depth bhajan. No. If these three are present in one person, Dhāmeśvara Mahāprabhu, imagine having one person who is not only a knower of Shastra, but also a person who has realized Shastra, and also a person who can solve our personal doubts, and also a person who knows Bhajan Kriya, and also a person who is living that Bhajan Kriya and who is a Rasik Vaishnav. That single source of all Vaishnavism is in front of you. Dhāmeśvara Mahāprabhu, Prabhu, what will you do? Please tell me.
I would be submissive and render service and ask questions.
What not only be submissive and ask questions, you will make that person as your own. And in case if somebody is not initiated, it is also best to accept such a person as Diksha Guru, to have the entire package in one person. is the best possible combination, dear devotees. But such a guru is very rare to be found. And if ever we find such a guru in our lives, we should make sure that we will never ever disrespect such a guru. Never disrespect such a guru. Because such a guru is found after multiple lives of bhakti sukriti, multiple lives of devotional piety is such a guru found. Even if such a guru becomes angry on us, one should not look upon the guru with a faulty mindset. There is a commentator on the Srimad Bhagavatam, Shri Vamshidhar. He says something that if you find a bona fide guru and if the guru becomes angry, then see the guru as a representative of Lord Nrsimhadev. If the guru becomes greedy, see him as a representative of Vaman Dev. And so on and so forth. He counts all the so-called negative qualities and says, because you found a bona fide guru, occasionally if you see a minor fault in the guru, see the presence of Bhagavan even within those minor faults. So, as long as major character faults are not prevalent within the guru, till that point of time, if such a guru is found, who can act as Shravan Guru, Shiksha Guru, Bhajan Guru, and also Diksha Guru, oh my goodness, then one has the best possible combination and one need not worry about anything else. Of course, one may again approach other Shravan Gurus, but one's primary source of Shravan, Shiksha and Bhajan is fixed. So all others are just, supplementary sources, but one's main source is fixed and one is confident. Now I can make rapid progress on the path of spiritual life. So this is the importance of having that such a guru. This is the importance of respecting gurus. And a person who has not respected gurus sufficiently in previous lives may not be blessed with such gurus in this life. Because previous acts of bhakti lead to bhakti in this life. Bhaktya sanjataya bhaktya. Previous acts of bhakti lead to bhakti in this life. Therefore, previous acts of submission to Guru, previous acts of respect of Guru lead to attainment of a bona fide Guru in this life. And it is very important that we don't disturb that sweet relationship that we have with the Guru. Always give benefit of doubt to the Guru. Always give benefit of doubt as long as you don't see any glaring faults of character. Till that point of time, give benefit of doubt to the Guru. But the Guru should be qualified. Dear devotees, the Guru should be qualified. And the qualification is mentioned, Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. He should be very learned in Shastra. Guru should have done his hard work. Guru should have put his effort. The Guru should know what is bhakti. The Guru should personally be a relisher of that bhakti. Then the Guru has done his part. And then after the Guru has done their part, it's like in a marriage, one partner has done their part. Dhāmeśvara Mahāprabhu, in a marriage, if one of the partners have done their part, but some small faults are seen in their behavior, what should the other partner do? Divorce them?
No.
No. What should the other partner do?
Talk about it, try to resolve the issue.
But they are very minor faults. The majority of the relationship is being taken care of by one partner.
Forgive them because you have faults too.
Yes. Be broad-minded. One of the partners in the relationship is shouldering more than 95% of the relationship. In the guru-disciple relationship I'm speaking about. One of the persons in the relationship is shouldering the majority. And if they are doing their best, then forgive the minor faults that you may see. Because it is so easy to expect perfection from the Guru, and then when we expect the same, somebody expects the same perfection from us, then we say, oh, no, I cannot give that. But I'll expect that from my Guru. Certainly. It is my right to expect from the Guru. What about you? Therefore, there is a famous proverb. My Shiksha Guru, Sri Srimad Kaur Govind Maharaj used to say, Guru mile lakh lakh, Shishya mile ek. Gurus are available in millions, but proper disciples, bona fide disciples, maybe one is available. Maybe one bona fide disciple is available. Today's world is such, everybody is speaking about their rights. My right is to have a bona fide guru. Nobody is speaking about their responsibilities. My responsibility is to be a bona fide disciple. Nobody is speaking this. Nobody. Look at the internet. You will find thousands of articles of how the gurus are not bona fide. But you will not find a single article as to how I was not a bona fide disciple. You will not find a single article. Guru mile lakh lakh, shishya mile ek. Millions you will find in gurus, but in shishya, hardly you will find one. Because only that particular shishya was a broad mind, broad heart, who knows why have I approached this guru? I have not approached this guru for perfection, expecting perfection in the guru. I have approached this guru because the guru is perfect in Shastra. In some other aspects of day-to-day life, there may be some imperfections, but in Shastra, this guru speaks perfect. In his character, he is very good. He doesn't have a loose character. Then, wonderful, bona fide guru. I can either have him as Shravan Guru, or if he is willing to personally guide me, Shiksha Guru, or if he is a Rasik Vaishnav, Uttam Bhagavad, then Bhajan Guru, and also Diksha Guru. So this is what the Acharyas have specified. Now, we saw so many gurus, but our today's aparadh is guru or avagya, to disobey, disrespect the guru. Who are gurus in the true sense? Sri Jiva Goswami says, Gurur na sasyat na mochayed yah samupetam mrityam. He is quoting the 5th canto, Rishabhadev's teachings. Those are gurus who can deliver you from the cycle of birth and death. Actually, they are known as gurus. Let's put all the gurus we saw through the test. Atma, self, Dhāmeśvara Mahāprabhu. Can one liberate one's own self by one's own effort?
No.
No. So Atma doesn't fulfill the test, fulfill the criteria. Atma cannot be considered as a guru in the true sense. Paramatma, Dhāmeśvara Mahāprabhu, for infinite lives, Paramatma has been with us. We are still in the material world. Can Paramatma be considered a guru in that sense that Sri Jiva Goswami is speaking about?
No.
No. Third is Vaishnavas. We may have a broad, big society of thousands or millions of Vaishnavas. But is any one of them going to say that I am going to take complete responsibility of your spiritual life, Prabhu?
No.
No. Maybe Vaishnavas can be taken as, maybe they are gurus on one level, but we need something deeper. Then comes Kul Guru, family priest. This guru is not going to help us in our spiritual life. Then comes the Vyavaharik Guru, the guru who teaches guitar and sitar, that is Vyavaharik Guru. So that guru may not be, is not the one who will deliver us from birth and death. Then comes the Diksha Guru. Dhāmeśvara Mahāprabhu, the Diksha Guru. Can the Diksha Guru be a person who can potentially deliver us from repeated birth and death?
Yes.
Yes. Then the Shravan Guru, the Shiksha Guru, the Bhajan Guru. These are individuals who can deliver us from the repeated cycle of birth and death. And then finally Jagat Guru Shri Krishna, but he is also neutral in most cases. In some very exceptional case, he may do something like Ajamil or some case like that. But in usual cases, he doesn't seem to be doing much. So our main gurus are the ones who I have highlighted in green here: Diksha Guru, Shravan Guru, Shiksha Guru, and Bhajan Gurus. Gurur Avagya. Dear devotees, one should never disobey these gurus, especially Diksha Guru, Shravan Guru, Shiksha Guru, Bhajan Guru. One should never disobey these gurus. Even at the expense of disobeying other gurus, such as Atma, Kul Guru, one should not disobey the Diksha, Shravan, Shiksha, and Bhajan Guru. You may, at one point of time, if there is a conflict, we may end up disobeying the Atma, we may end up disobeying the Paramatma, We may end up disobeying other Vaishnavas, Kul Guru, Vyavaharik Guru, but we should never disobey the gurus who are going to free us from this cycle of birth and death and give us Krishna Prem. It's very important to understand which amongst these 10 gurus are the most important ones for us. And these are called as Paramarthika Gurus. Sri Jiva Goswami says, Paramartha Gurvashrayo Vyavaharika Gurvadi Tyagena Pi Kartavyaha. One should take shelter of the Paramarthic Gurus, the ones that help in attaining the ultimate goal, even at the cost of giving up all other types of worldly gurus. You may not have to give up in every case, but even if you have to give up worldly gurus, take shelter of those gurus who are finally going to give the final aim, final goal of spiritual life. Those are Paramarthik Gurus, and I listed them. There are 4: Diksha Guru, Shiksha Guru, Shravan Guru, Bhajan Guru. These are the 4 Paramarthik Gurus that are given by the previous Acharyas. Shri Narhari Sarkar says, amongst all Vaishnavas, Diksha Guruvah Shiksha Guruvascha Visheshatah Santi Tayoreva Karyam. The Diksha and Shiksha Guru. By this he means Diksha Guru, Shiksha Guru, Bhajan Guru, Shravan Guru. They are very special. One should certainly execute their orders. Certainly one should execute their orders. A Shravan Guru may give one order in a YouTube lecture, may give a generic order in a YouTube lecture. But more important than that is the order of the Shiksha Guru, the personalized order, who gives a personalized order. More important than that is the order of the Bhajan Guru, the Guru who gives a personalized order which is meant for benefit of our bhajan. Therefore, even amongst Shravan Guru, Shiksha Guru and Bhajan Guru, one should know whose order especially should be carried out. And dear devotees, Seva of Guru is prioritized over Seva of other Vaishnavas. Shri Gurvagyaya Tat Sevana Virodhena Chanye Shamapi Vaishnavanam Sevanam Shreya Anyatha Doshaha Syat. Shri Jiva Goswami says, it is auspicious to serve other Vaishnavas when this service is ordered by one's Guru and when it does not create an impediment to the service of the Guru. Anyone who acts otherwise, it is at a fault. Now, the Guru should also know. Sometimes the Gurus, what they do is, especially in an institutional setting, a disciple is working within the institution and the Guru gives a seva to the disciple which takes away the institutional seva of the disciple. So the institution has a complaint. Why is the Guru, taking away the disciple from the seva of the temple or the seva of the institution? So in such cases, the Bhakti Sandarbha was not written while keeping an institutional setup in mind. It was written while keeping an open setup. But in an institutional setup, the gurus and the institution both should understand that there should be cooperation between each other so that the guru's seva doesn't suffer because of the institution and the institutional sevas don't suffer because of the guru. But ideally, in a non-institutional setup, the seva of the gurus takes priority over seva of other Vaishnavas. This is what is meant here by Sri Jiva Goswami. Also, avagya means to see imperfections, faults in the guru, because some people think that the guru is just another devotee who appeared 30 years before me. If I would have appeared 30 years ago, I would be in the same position. And then they see faults in the Guru, see imperfections in the Guru. But one should not see faults and one should not expect absolute perfection from the Guru. The perfection of the Guru is that the Guru speaks from Vedic literature. Srila Prabhupada had a conversation with his disciples. In a morning walk, he's saying something. Prabhu, you kindly read what the disciples are saying and I'll read what Prabhupada is speaking.
They know everything and they're perfect in everything, but sometimes from our material viewpoint, we see some discrepancies, just like we think that...
Because material viewpoint, Prabhupada says, the viewpoint is wrong, therefore you find discrepancies.
So we should think that we have the defect?
So
we have a...
Yeah. Please read.
So we have a misunderstanding about what perfection is.
Yes, perfection is here. How he is preaching bhakti cult. That is all. So the perfection that is expected from the Guru is that the Guru knows the Bhakti Shastras properly. It doesn't mean that the Guru knows how many stars are there in the sky or how many atoms are there in the chair. That is not the perfection to be expected from the Guru. The perfection to be expected from the Guru is that the Guru knows Bhakti Shastra and the Guru is able to give Bhakti Shastras. And therefore the Chaitanya Charitamrita says, Yei Krishna Tattva Vetta Sei Guru Hoy. The Chaitanya Charitamrita doesn't say, Yei Sarva Tattva Vetta Sei Guru Hoy. The one who knows everything about everything is a Guru. No, no. One who knows everything about Krishna Tattva, that person is supposed to be a Guru. That person can act as a Guru. So absolute perfection is not expected from the Guru, even by Shastra or by the previous Acharyas. And therefore, it is possible that we may see some worldly mistakes in the personality of the Guru. Sri Baldev Vidyabhushan quotes, he composes a wonderful verse in his Siddhanta Darpan, where he says, Jiva Vakyeshu Labhyante Jiva Dharma Brahmadayah Vede tu naivate santi Sarvagya Vachanochaye. Jiva Vakyeshu Labhyante Jiva Dharma Brahmadayah. In the statements made by all living entities, including the Guru, we may find some faults such as illusion, etc. But these faults are part of existence of all living entities in the material world. The material world is defective. Therefore, sometimes some of these defects may be seen even in the Guru Janas. But Vede tu naivate santi. These defects are not present in the Vedas. Why? Sarvagya Vachanochaye. Because the Vedas are words of the omniscient Supreme Lord. Therefore, as long as the Guru is speaking from Vedas, from the Bhakti Shastras, the Guru's speech is as perfect as Bhagavan's speech. The Guru's speech is as perfect as the Vedas. And therefore, the Guru's perfection is that the Guru speaks from Shastra and explains the Shastra. This is the perfection of the Guru. The conclusion, dear devotees, is given by Shri Krishna in the 11th canto. Acharya mam vijani yan navamanyeta karhichit na martya buddhya suyeta sarvadeva mayo guru. Know that the Guru, the Acharya, is very dear to me. Why is he dear to Shri Krishna? He is dear to Shri Krishna because he could have done his own personal bhajan. The Guru could have done his own personal sadhan, his own personal bhajan. But he is spending his valuable time, which he could have spent in his own personal bhajan, in his own personal sadhan, and painstakingly taking efforts to educate newer candidates on the path of bhakti to improve. That is the reason why the Guru is very dear to Shri Krishna. The Guru is not obliged to accept a disciple. Shri Krishna also will not oblige a Guru to accept a disciple. The Guru is never obliged to accept a disciple. But out of his volition, the Guru is accepting a disciple and painstakingly training a disciple and performing the task of Shri Krishna. Shri Krishna, who is considered as Jagat Guru, is not training anyone personally. But the Guru is training that disciple personally on behalf of Shri Krishna. Therefore, the Guru is very dear to Shri Krishna. Consider the Guru as being non-different from Krishna in many ways. And therefore, disobeying such a Guru is actually disobedience of Bhagavan. Disrespect of such a Guru is actually disrespect of Bhagavan. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, Sadhavo Hridayo Mayam. Sadhus are my heart. So disrespecting a sadhu, disrespecting a guru is actually disrespecting or disregarding the heart of Bhagavan. Never envy such a sadhu. Na martya buddhya asuyeta, thinking him to be a mere mortal. Never envy him means Sri Sanatana Goswami says in Hari Bhakti Vilas 4.347 commentary, Na suyeta ma dosha drishtim kuryat. Never see faults in the Guru. Some small apparent faults, immediately neglect in the Guru. Because Sarva Deva Mayo Guru, he has all the qualities of the Devatas because he is having pure bhakti. And because of having pure bhakti, all the good qualities of the devatas along with their good qualities are present within that particular guru. So therefore, even if you see some anger, as Shri Vamshidhar said, even if you see some anger, see Narsimhadev's manifestation in the Guru. If you see some greed, see the manifestation of Vaman Dev. If you see some pride, see the manifestation of Bhagavan Parshuram in the Guru. If you see some argumentation and debate, see the manifestation of Bhagavan Kapila who argued for Sankhya philosophy. In this way, if you see any negative qualities, but those qualities are not serious character faults, still see the Guru as worshipable, non-different from Bhagavan. Sarva Deva Mayo Guru. The Guru is the personification, representative of all the deities. In this way, avoid Guru Ravakya, the third misfortune of the living entities which prevents Shuddha Nam. And by avoiding this Guru Ravakya, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada used to say that this is the most severe aparadh, nam aparadh, Guru Ravakya. By avoiding this, we will be able to rapidly progress on the path of bhajan and seva. With this, I'll pause my speech, dear devotees. Yadatra skhalitam kinchit vidvam saha purayantu tat. Yadatra saushthavam kinchit tad guroreva me nahi. Yadatra skhalitam kinchit. If there are any mistakes in what I spoke, it belongs to me. And vidvamsa, dear learned devotees, correct my mistakes. But yadatra saushthavam kinchit. If there's anything nice, dear devotees, tad guroreva. It belongs to my gurujanas. Me nahi. It doesn't belong to me. Thank you very much, dear devotees. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol.
Hari Hari Bol. Thank you, thank you, thank you, dear Hari Parsha Prabhu. You also could be focused on your own personal bhajan, but you're spending hours and hours of your life, day after day, for our benefit. And we're very grateful to you. You're such a great guru to us all. And especially this class was so nice.
I just keep myself out of trouble, because otherwise I know that I'll waste my time. So I keep myself out of trouble by preparing these talks, nothing else. Thank you.
Thank you. And so what a wonderful class. It's such a relevant topic and so personal for a lot of us. I'm sure it's going to bring up a lot of great questions. And so now we're going to segue into the question and answer. We just have some requests and guidelines that we expect of everyone, along with the privilege of asking Hari Parsha Prabhu questions personally over Zoom. So the first one is, only ask questions related to today's class. Doesn't mean your other questions aren't valid, it's just this isn't the forum. We want to keep some focus and some limitations, otherwise we could be doing Q&A for many, many hours and days straight. Next, only ask one question at a time or wait for another turn. This is how you respect other devotees and share the space rather than taking over. So it doesn't mean you can't ask more than one question. Just ask one question and then get back in line. And if you aren't quite sure you understood the answer, you can ask a clarifying question to make sure you understood what was said, but please don't ask a follow-up question which brings up more topics or further investigation. Just one question at a time and get back in line. If your question would require a lot of detailed research, it's better for our WhatsApp group. And lastly, this isn't a forum for holding specific people or institutions accountable where you try to contrast their behavior with the lessons that we go over here. Please don't ask loaded questions about people or institutions, but keep it informal. This series is not associated with any institution. Also, if you're listening live on YouTube and you'd like to join our live calls so you can ask a question, just send an email to this email address, Siksastakam.hpd@gmail.com, and include your WhatsApp number and country code so we can add you. And then you'll get all the information to join our live calls. So with that, we're going to go to the questions and answers. And our first question, oh, did I show? Yeah, I did. I showed the email address on the screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Our first question is from Bhavya Bhagavan Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, you just mentioned in the class that if there was anything nice, everything was so nice about this class, Prabhuji. Excellent presentation.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you. All
Prabhuji,
credit to the Gurujanas. All credit to the Gurujanas. Yes, please go ahead and ask.
Prabhuji, my question is that you mentioned when the Guru guides on the basis of the Vedas, so that has to be accepted. That I understand. But if a Guru is guiding about something which is not so directly related to bhakti, but somewhat connected, or it's kind of a material issue, okay?
Hmm.
So whatever he says on that subject matter, so should that also be accepted as absolute truth? And in that context, how do we understand when Prabhupada says that you have to be independently thoughtful also? So, wanted
Wonderful.
to ask you that.
Wonderful. So if the Guru is speaking about um, some issue which is some topic which is related to the material world. Now in Nyaya Shastra, there is a sutra which defines Shabda Praman. In Nyaya Shastra, it is said, Aptopadeshah Shabdah. Aptopadeshah Shabdah means the testimony, verbal testimony of an expert is known as Shabda Praman. And in the commentary to that, Vatsyayan Muni says that this expert may be a rishi, may be a malecha, may be a yavan, anybody who is expert in their respective subject matter. So if the Guru is speaking about a material topic purely, maybe the Guru is saying, is Pluto a planet or not? Maybe the Guru is speaking on this topic, is Pluto a planet? Or should there be pineapple on the pizza? So something like that, he may be speaking very casually about a material subject matter. But in material subject matters, if he is quoting an authority in that particular subject matter from the material world, we can accept that conclusion as a valid conclusion, but all conclusions in the material world are potentially subject to change. And therefore, any change in that conclusion should not reflect negatively on the Guru. That's all. Because there is a verse in the Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu that in the material world, how logic works. There is a verse which Sri Rupa Goswami has quoted in the Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu. I will quote this particular verse. This verse is originally by Shri Bhartrihari in his Vakya Padiyam. It's a wonderful verse. And this is 1146 of Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, originally by uh, Shri Bhartrihari. So Sri Rupa Goswami says, Tatra prachinairapi uktam. Even the previous great sages. Who is he referring to? He is referring to Shri Bhartrihari. What does Shri Bhartrihari say in Vakya Padiyam? Yatnena apaditopyartha kushalairanumātribhihi. Yatnena, with great effort, apaditopyartha. Some conclusion is given. Some conclusion is given in the material world. By whom? Kushalair anumatribhi, by expert researchers. Some conclusion is given in the material world. But abhiyuktatarair anyair, but a greater expert comes and anyathaiva upapadyate and gives a different conclusion altogether. So this is how logic works in the material world. Therefore, Vedanta Sutra says, Tarko apratishthānāt. Vedanta Sutra 212. Srijiv Goswami is quoting in the commentary. Tarko, the material logic has no permanent basis. It keeps shifting its locus. Therefore, if the Guru is speaking about a material subject matter, you can take the opinion and you can verify if it is the opinion of an existing expert in the material world. And even if it is the opinion of an existing expert in the material world, that's okay. You can accept it as a bona fide opinion of the material world. But if tomorrow the opinion changes, it does not reflect negatively on the Guru. That is how these things are to be understood. So I hope that satisfies your query.
So, Prabhuji, how about if it is correlated with bhakti also? So,
Can
can
we come
we?
back to you, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Okay, sure.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much. We really appreciate it. Next we have Bhagavat Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Dhanavad Pranam. Thank you
No.
very much, Prabhuji. So let me jump to the questions already. First question is, and I'll ask next questions later, but the foremost question is, if from the Dakshinamurti segment of the talk, so if the guru we have faith in, if the personality we have faith in is not giving initiation, or for some reason we can not get his association or cannot get his diksha, what can we do? Because we have no, we don't have faith in any other personality. We don't have faith in anyone else. So what can be done in that situation? So I'm seeking your guidance, please.
Yeah. See, this condition, this situation is different, and the Dakshinamurti situation is different. The Dakshinamurti situation is when Guru is not, no Guru is present. Guru or Abhav. There is no bona fide Guru. No Guru. It's not that no Guru of my choice is not like that. No Guru is present. There's a difference between these two situations. The situation which you are describing is no Guru of my choice is present. And the situation which the Dakshinamurti solution works for is when no Guru is present. And it's just that I want to show this particular shlokas from Shastra, where it is specified what to do when no Guru is present. So I am going to share my screen, and I am going to show that particular section from Diksha Prakashika, where the Dakshinamurti solution is given. Yes, here it is. I am sharing my screen. Those of you who read Devanagari will be able to understand. This is, it says Atha. Now, Guror Abhave. Now, you know what is the meaning of Guror Abhav. When a Guru is not present altogether. It's not that a Guru of my choice is not present. There is no Guru of that mantra present. The Sampradaya is lost. The tradition is lost. I'll give you one example. For example, there is Kashmir Shaivism, Kashmir Shaiv Darshan, Abhinav Gupta's Parampara. Now, today, there may be many sub-branches in history of that Parampara, and many sub-branches are lost. And, today somebody may be very eager to receive a mantra in that tradition. So, Guru or Abhav, complete absence of Gurus is there. Then mantra grahana prakar, only how to accept a mantra. Padma Purane is as given in the Padma Puran. Guru or abhave viprendra mantra grahanam uchyate. In the absence of the Guru, how to accept a mantra. Krishna Pakshe Chaturdashyam, in the 14th day of the Krishna of the dark fortnight. Dakshinamurti Sannidhav, approach a deity of Dakshinamurti, Bhagavan Shiva, who is facing south. Tal patre manum likhya, write the mantra on a piece of paper. Sthapayet tadakrata, keep it in front of Dakshinamurti. Sampujya Dakshinamurti upacharai prayatnatah. Worship Dakshinamurti with all the various paraphernalia. Payasam vinivedya, offer him some sweet like payasam. Atha pranamet dandavat tatha, and pay obeisances to him. Talapatram samalokya pathet ashtottaram shatam, and then look at the paper and read the mantra 108 times. This is given as the condition, Bhagavat Prabhu, for when a Guru is not available, or when a Guru of my choice is not available. Which situation is being described?
Prabhuji, I got that, but the problem still remains because
Please answer the
I
question.
have this.
Yeah.
Please answer the question.
Yes. So, Bhagavat Prabhu, is this situation about when a Guru is not available, or when the Guru of my choice is not available?
My choice, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So the problem, this particular solution is for when the Guru is not available at all. It's not that a Guru of my choice is not available. It's very important to understand. You said the problem still doesn't go away because I still have not found a Guru of my choice. You may say like that. Wonderful. But were you supposed to select a Guru by your choice? And the answer is no. The answer is that we were supposed to select a Guru according to Bhagavan's arrangement, not by our own arrangement. Many times I have shown Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada's writing, wherein he says that when we try to find a Guru with our own set of requirements, we are projecting the qualities of Guru on a particular individual. I will share my screen once again. Maybe you may not have seen this in the past. How will I be able to recognize someone as a bona fide spiritual master? He says, when you make judgments based on your own intelligence that such and such a person is Guru, you are in fact projecting the qualities of Guru on him. Such a person is never truly the Guru. In such cases, you are thinking that the Guru is somehow under your control or within the purview of your sensory knowledge. When Krishna himself decides to send you someone to act as your spiritual master, that person will be manifest before you as the Mahanta, the great Guru. So it is not based on our arrangement all the time. Sometimes we may have one choice, but that particular Guru may not be available or may not be willing to initiate. At that point of time, Krishna's arrangement is still there. And that arrangement Bhagavan will definitely make if we are sincere enough. That faith we should have. And when that arrangement will come, we will be immensely happy and satisfied, much more than what satisfaction we were planning with our conception of Guru. So that faith we should have. All right, I hope that answers your query. Thank you.
Thank you, Guruji. I'll wait in the queue for next questions. Also.
Sure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Paramakarna Prabhu.
Yes, I'm here. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Will you please take over the hosting?
Yeah, Dhāmeśvara Mahāprabhu, thank you so much for hosting. You have to go now, but I'm very thankful, Prabhu, you were present today.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you.
I'm honored to be able to reciprocate in some small way.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, everyone. Take care.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Am I audible?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji, for such a wonderful class. I was listening, though my camera was not on. Very wonderful class. Wonderful. Thank you so much. So we'll continue the Q&A. Next is Yadupati Hari Prabhu.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, bro.
My pardon. Yeah.
Thank you so much for such an amazing class, bro. I was remembering the time when I met you. I was feeling very blessed, and I was waiting again for another opportunity to meet you in person. Yes, bro. So, bro, actually, the question I have is, like you have mentioned, Guru should be able to like liberate us from the cycle of birth. In that, my conception is that he should be able to give us proper siksha, to clarify all our doubts and present the entire shastra and all the opinions of acharyas. But sometimes it is also said that you need to just serve, and the entire siksha may not happen. So if you serve, the knowledge will be revealed, and with that revelation, you can still attain. So how to understand this flow?
No, by service, the knowledge will be revealed. And how will it be revealed? It's not that suddenly there will be a magic wand that will come and suddenly, eureka, the knowledge will be revealed. The process is given, tad vidhi, Arjun, no, pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya, that you first go and pay obeisance to Guru, serve the Guru, and upadekshanti, the Gurus will give knowledge. Te jnanam, jnaninas tattvadarshina. It will be revealed through the via medium of the Guru. So it is the Guru who reveals the knowledge, or it is the Guru who will tell us that here is the book in which the answers to your queries will be found. The Guru will give us guidance and guidelines, what we should do, how we should perform our bhajan, what we should read. And that is how, by service, knowledge is revealed. Yasya deve parabhaktir yatha deve tatha gurau tasya ite kathita hyartha prakashante mahatmana. By having bhakti unto Guru and by having bhakti unto Bhagavan, the Guru and Bhagavan both reveal meanings. Guru reveals meanings by directly teaching. Bhagavan reveals meanings in the heart. When you are meditating upon the teachings of the Guru, suddenly, oh yes, this is what he meant when he was teaching me Shastra. So in this way, both Guru will teach from outside and Bhagavan will teach from within. It is incorrect to say that you will receive all the teachings only from within and you don't have to receive anything externally, because such a statement is actually against Shastra. Shastra, Chaitanya Charitamrita, says something. I am quoting that statement and I will share my screen where Chaitanya Charitamrita says, Madhya Leela 22:447, Krishna yadi kripa kare kon bhagyavane, Guru antaryami rupe shikhaya apane. Prabhupada's translation: Krishna is situated in everyone's heart as Chaitya Guru, the spiritual master within. But when he is kind to some fortunate conditioned soul, he personally gives him lessons so he can progress in devotional service, instructing the person as the super soul within and the spiritual master without. So Guru and Antaryami in both forms, as the spiritual master externally and as the super soul internally. Revelation comes through both sources. It is incorrect to say that all the revelation will come only from the super soul. And anybody who's saying that just do seva and the revelation will be completely internal is not understood how revelations take place. 25% of the knowledge comes from the Guru. 25% of the knowledge comes by discussing with other students. 25% of the knowledge comes by self-effort. And 25% comes with the passing of time, because Paramatma inspires various meanings as time passes. So this is how knowledge is received. Anybody who's teaching otherwise is not speaking in line with Shastra, and perhaps they should correct their stance by understanding what Shastra says. So I hope that answers your query to some degree of satisfaction. Right? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. Next, we will go to Ramai Manohar Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dhamma Pranam. Thank you so much. Wonderful class. It was really
Hey,
the whole...
hey, you have a puppet of me in the background.
No, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Please ask your query. Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, thank you so much for this wonderful class. It was like the whole flow was very inspiring and very cleared a lot of doubts. Prabhuji, you gave a certain taratamya, like whose instructions we should give importance.
Okay.
And you said that
Okay. Everybody may not be able to understand Taratamya. Taratamya means hierarchy. All right. You have to make the question easy for everybody. Okay. Yes.
you gave a hierarchical order, like whose instruction should be given precedence. Like we should follow the bhajan guru's order to them. Like if there is a conflict, then we should take the bhajan guru's order to be the topmost. Does this also apply to the philosophical positions between different gurus? Because sometimes on deeper philosophical topics, there may be some contentions between different gurus. So whose instruction should we follow, or does it is it like the ones whose instruction is most applicable to us, or which resonate with us the most, theirs should be followed? What should be the understanding in this situation?
Well, ideally, the Shiksha Guru, Shravan Guru, Bhajan Guru, Diksha Guru should be one person. That solves all the problems and all the contradictions. In cases when the gurus are different, then what should be done? Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur Mahasaya specifically wrote a song about this, about Shiksha and Diksha Gurus. So here is the song in front of us. This is from Kalyana Kalpataru. So he says, Diksha Guru Kripa Kari Mantra Upadesh, Kariya Dekhana Krishna Tatvera Nirdesh. Diksha Guru, spiritual master, shows his causeless mercy by giving his disciples instructions in chanting Harinam Mantra. The translation says Harinam Mantra, but original just says Mantra, which means Gayatri Mantra also. By doing so, he points the disciples in the direction of truths pertaining to the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. And then he says, Shiksha Guru Vrinda Kripa Kariya Apar, Sadhake Shikhana Sadhanera Angasar. But I consider the numerous instructing spiritual masters, Shiksha Gurus, to be more important, for they show unlimitedly more mercy by training the devotees in the essential aspects of practical devotional service. So, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, whom are you dedicating your book to? Diksha Guru or Shiksha Guru? So then finally he says, Shiksha Guru Gana Pade Karya Pranati. I offer my obeisances to my Shiksha Gurus. And therefore, it is very logical, in the material world also. Please tell me, Ramai Manohar Prabhu, whom do we love more? A person whom we are formally related to, or a person whose contribution and significance in our life is more? Whom do we love more? Please tell me.
Who has more impact in our life?
So similarly, it is but logical that a person who has more impact in our lives, ideally that person, Diksha and Shiksha and Shravan and Bhajan, should come from one person. But if that is not the case and you have to make a choice, then you will have to make that person as your most important personality, who has given you the maximum amount of inspiration in your bhajan and seva. And I will quote some examples from the past, like Shri Shyamanand Prabhu, who was Dukhi Krishna Das. By Diksha Guru, is Dukhi Krishna Das. But he got Shravan Guru, Shiksha Guru, Bhajan Guru in one personality in the form of Srila Jiva Goswami. And then, please tell me, Ramay Manohar Prabhu, whose instructions was he giving preference to?
Srila Jiva Goswami.
Srila Jiva Goswami. And Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur himself, his Diksha Guru, very respected personality, Sri Bipin Bihari Goswami, and his Shiksha Guru, Sri Jagannath Das Babaji. So when it came to, final conclusions, whom would he refer to? Please tell me.
Jagannath Das Babaji.
So, that is what he is writing. He is also practicing in his own life. But again, I will say, it is best if Diksha and Shiksha, Shravan and Bhajan Gurus are combined in one person. They are to be found in one person. That is the best arrangement. All right. I hope that answers your query.
So what I understand is the process has to be more organic than making all these different distinctions, right?
Yeah. The process has to be more organic because respect is given according to the degree of contribution that a particular sadhu has in our lives. That is the yardstick. All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Next, we have Ramesh Prabhu, Rames.
Jai Shri Prabhupada. Thank you very much, Prabhu, for that wonderful, very many unique points. Prabhu, I just wanted to ask a simple question. Can you share the reference, please, for the qualities of the gurus, like the Anga is exhibiting Nrsingadev, the pride is exhibiting Parshad.
Okay. So that particular is when in the 11th canto, as far as I remember, I had read it a long time ago, but I'll try to find it, where Krishna says, Acharyam mam vijaniyat navamanyeta karichit, 11, 17, 27. I don't have the commentary of Shri Vamshidhar typed out in Roman, but I have it in Devanagari. So let me see if I can find it here. Yes, I found it. Wonderful. Thank you. I will share the commentary of Shri Vamshidhar on this. All right. You can see the original verse is here. Acharyam mam vijaniyan navamanyeta karhichit na martya buddhya suyeta sarvadeva mayogur. This is verse number 27. We go to the commentary of Shri Vamshidhar, Bhavartha Deepika Prakash. He says Acharyam Gurum. Acharya means Guru. And then he says Martya buddhya yathanye naras tatha ayam ipiti dhiya na suyet Eshwar buddhim na tyajet. Thinking him to be an ordinary mortal, one should not disregard him. He said, Kaminam Krishna Rupam hi Gurum Manyeta Manavaha. If the Guru shows some material desires, I want to eat. Kaminam. Krishna Rupam. Think Krishna will, because Krishna also loved to eat a lot in his childhood. Satya Vratam Ramachandram. If the Guru is very firm in, I want to speak the truth always, see the presence of Bhagavan Ramchandra. Nrisimham Krodhinam Tatha. And if you see Guru to be Krodhi, then see Bhagavan Narsimhadeva's presence. Kapatam Vamanam Vidyat. If you see the Guru trying to, be greedy or trying to cheat you of money or something like that, see Vaman Dev within him. Dosha istamna naram smaret. Don't look at any faults within the Guru. These are faults, minor faults of nature, not for major faults of character. So I hope that answers your query.
Wonderful, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, if I can ask just into so probably right place.
Sure.
What's the fine line between cheating and character?
All right.
Uh,
The fine line is if there's something called as agantuk dosh. Agantuk dosh means once in a lifetime some fault you saw. It is not a regular feature of his nature. It's not a regular feature of his character, or it is not a major fault of character. The Guru is expected to live up to certain character traits, and the Guru is like is constantly going against those character traits, is breaking rules and regulations of Shastra, breaking regulative principles. So then those are faults of characters which cannot be overlooked. But small faults like once he became angry, or once he demanded some money from me, something like that may happen. Once the Guru demanded, maybe a disciple may have a Guru who may once become angry, or who once demands money, or something like that. So some occasional fault seen once in a while can be overlooked according to the commentary of Shri Vamshidhar. That is what he's saying. Okay.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Yashomati Nandan Prabhu.
Yes, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you for this beautiful session, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, my question is regarding the selection of a Shiksha Guru. So, disciple, should he select a Shiksha Guru only after he is initiated, or he can select a Shiksha Guru after the initiation? Because I've heard from you in one of the lectures in Guru, where you said that the Diksha Guru gives you the Shiksha Guru. So, if he has a Shiksha Guru before initiation, and after initiation, does he need the Shiksha Guru without the permission of the Diksha Guru?
And what is the meaning of Shiksha? Shiksha means Shiksha about bhajan. What is the Shiksha about executing your limbs of bhakti is called as Shiksha. And Shri Jiva Goswami says in his commentary to Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, Krishna Dikshadi Shikshanam. Shri Jiva Goswami says, what is Shiksha? And Bhajan Riti, Nibandhana, to teach the science of Krishna Bhajan, that is Shiksha. So he knows you personally, he starts teaching you Bhajan. The initial basics of Bhajan he starts teaching you, you get it from a Shiksha Guru. So that ideally happens because Diksha Adi Shikshanam. Adi Diksha, first comes Diksha. And ideally the Diksha Guru should act as the Shiksha Guru. Now any Shiksha which takes place before Diksha is technically categorized as Sadhu Sangha, basically. It's technically categorized as Sadhu Sangha. That was initial Sadhu Sangha. And then after Diksha, you got that detailed Sadhu Sangha, which was like, about your bhajan, and which was about your personal nature, how to execute bhakti with your personal nature. That is part of your, that is what Shiksha is. So Shiksha ideally happens after Diksha, and the proof of that is Dikshadi Shikshanam. Diksha Adi. So first comes Diksha, then comes Shiksha. And Shiksha is deeper knowledge of one's personal nature in bhakti and how to execute bhakti with one's personal nature. That is what Shiksha refers to. And then final Shiksha of bhajan, that this is the smaran that you have to do, this is the sadhana that you have to do, that comes from the bhajan guru. But ideally, Diksha Guru, Shiksha Guru, Shravan Guru, Bhajan Guru should be one person. So I hope that answers your query. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So, Prabhuji, Bhajan Guru and Mahant Guru are then kind of synonymous? Is that?
Mahanta Guru, Mahaanta. Mahan Anto Yasya. He whose final conclusion is great. So that is called Mahanta Guru. So Mahanta Guru is he who shows the final conclusion. So Shiksha Guru may also show the final conclusion is Krishna Prem, this and that. But a Bhajan Guru is the one who helps you finally follow that practical process by which you will reach the final goal. So in one sense, Shiksha Guru or Bhajan Guru can be called as Mahanta Guru. The Shiksha Guru reveals the final goal, and the Bhajan Guru helps you traverse on the path which will help you reach the final goal. That is what.
Thank you. Wonderful, Prabhuji. So next we will go to G2 Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Danat Pranam, Prabhuji. Am I audible, Prabhuji?
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for getting this topic in so detail. Very much gratitude for that. Prabhuji, my question was, Prabhuji, for a disciple, if the guru, like over a time of 10, 20 years, his teachings or his way of preaching or major focus and things change, and the disciple is not able to, connect with it now, and sometimes very contradictory to his own previous words or teachings. So what can a disciple do in that case, if it is somewhere like happened or some example, if you can guide something related to it?
Yeah, one example is in the life of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur Mahasaya. When he initially got connected with his Diksha Guru, there was immense connection between both of them. And like Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur Mahasaya wrote even verses, Sanskrit verses praising his Diksha Guru Shri Bipin Bihari Goswami. And actually the title Bhakti Vinod was given by the Goswami at Bhagnapada. From his Diksha Guru lineage, he got the title Bhakti Vinod. So the Goswamis from Bhagnapada, they gave Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur the title of Bhakti Vinod. And because seeing his learning and deep interest in Vaishnava Shastras, they gave him the title Bhakti Vinod. Bhaktau Vinodam Yasya. In Bhakti, who derives great joy, he is called Bhakti Vinod. So that is the meaning of the term Bhakti Vinod. So a few years later, there was definitely some points on which there was some disagreement, but Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur Mahasaya always kept immense deep respect towards his guru, his Diksha Guru. But then he clearly took his Shiksha from Sri Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. So from a practical example also, we can see that immense respect should be maintained for the Diksha Guru as long as the Diksha Guru's character is good. So as long as the character is good, the Diksha Guru has not severely fallen away from Vaishnava standards of behavior and sadachar. Till that point of time, one should respect the Diksha Guru, but one is free to take inspiration from other Shiksha Gurus who are more closer to Shastra. It's not that closer to my nature. No. Closer to Shastra. Because sometimes what happens, we may go in the incorrect direction after 10 years. And then we are saying, I'm not able to connect to my Guru anymore. Obviously, I'm not able to, because I am the one who has gone away from Shastra. In that case, we have to select a Guru who is closer to Shastra and closer to Tattva. That is the Guru whom we should select, not the Guru who is closer to my nature. Otherwise, we'll find a Guru according to our nature and we will go away from Shastra. So, if we find a Guru, if we find that our relationship with the Diksha Guru is not as it was earlier, but we find a personality in a Shiksha Guru who is much closer to Shastra, who's speaking the Tattva very nicely, and who is not asking us to go against our Diksha Guru. It's also very important that Shiksha Gurus, Bhajan Gurus, sometimes they instigate the devotee against their own Diksha Guru. So that is also incorrect. So the Gurus should not instigate the disciple against their Diksha Gurus. The Guru should try to find harmony and instruct a particular devotee in such a way that there should be minimum or no conflict with their Diksha Gurus. In this way, everything will be nice. And the disciple is also free to follow the Shiksha Guru. So I hope that answers your query.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
I cannot imagine where we can get such wonderful clear, crisp understanding of this topic, probably. Thank you for doing this for all of us. We'll go to Radharani Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam. Thank you for yet another wonderful class. There are a lot of points to be reflected upon. And one of the questions that I have today is that sometimes we are not able to follow all the instructions of our spiritual master from day one. So what should be our approach in that case? I have two questions. First one is this one.
Instructions, instructions are those which are either first given in a general class, second given personally. So instructions given in a general class are thousands of them are there. And we may be unable to follow thousands of instructions simultaneously. It cannot be expected that the sadhaka, the practitioner, follows thousands of instructions simultaneously. Some of these instructions may also be contradictory to each other. So, like one instruction, the guru may say, always remember Krishna. And in another class, the guru may say, you should sleep for at least 6 hours to maintain good health. Oh, Guruji, in one class you said, always remember Krishna. And in another class, you said sleep at least 6 hours to maintain your health. How can I follow both these instructions? So this is not how it works. So in the entire pharmaceutical store of instructions, we have to find instructions according to our prescription written personally by the Vaidya, the doctor, that is our guru. So we should go to our guru and get a few selected instructions which are meant specifically for us. That is our prescription card. That is what we take in the pharmaceutical store of Shastra and get the specific medicine that is meant as seva for us. Those instructions should never be neglected. Those instructions should always be followed. Otherwise, the thousands of instructions that you heard in a lecture, they were instructions which you should think about seriously. If they are favorable to your existing seva of Guru, you can take them up. The moment they become unfavorable to your existing seva of Guru, you can consider pausing them. That is how anukulyasya sankalpaha, pratikulyasya varjana. Whatever is favorable to your existing seva of dedicated seva of your Guru, take it up. Whatever is not favorable, keep it aside for some time. That is how it works, so that it doesn't cause any headache to you at any point of time. The headache is when the Guru had given a specific instruction to us and we are not able to follow that specific instruction. That is when the headache should arise. So I hope that answers your query.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Prabhu, I have one more question. Can I ask now or come back later?
Is it related to this immediate query or a separate query?
It's a separate one.
All right, so we'll wait in round robin. So
okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. We'll go to Rasikanand Prabhu next.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. Prabhuji, you mentioned when you were mentioning about Diksha Guru, so you said specifically about the second initiation Guru who gives the Brahman initiation.
Right.
But Prabhuji, many times we see that it is generally said that first initiation is sufficient, and anyone who has to go into the deity worship, so he should take the second initiation, otherwise the Harinam Diksha is sufficient. And also, Prabhuji, in a case if someone's Harinam Diksha Guru and the Brahman Diksha Guru are different, in a case if he has taken Harinam Diksha Guru from a particular Guru and he has maybe he has disappeared and now he has to take Brahman Diksha from some other Guru. So Prabhuji, then whose instructions should he prioritize?
Oh, all right. Case? All right. So you managed to ask two questions in one, but I'll answer both your queries. Okay. So the first query is, it is said that Harinam initiation is sufficient. So second initiation is only for deity worship. I don't know where, I have also heard these opinions floating around. Second initiation is only for deity worship. This is an incorrect understanding. Second initiation is not only for deity worship. In second initiation, we are given specific mantras which give specific sambandha that we have towards Bhagavan Shri Krishna, towards the associates of Bhagavan Shri Krishna. Those specific sambandha, relationship, those specific mantras are given in second initiation. And second initiation is technically real initiation. And those who don't believe this, they should be immediately shown praman. And what praman should they be shown? Well, if they accept the words of Srila Prabhupada, then I assume this because most of the times devotees quote Prabhupada's words. So here it is. Prabhu, can you kindly read what Prabhupada says in a letter on 4th September? Please read. Are you unmuted? Let's unmute him, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu, you already said.
Please read,
Yes,
Rasikan Prabhu.
Regarding your question, second initiation is real initiation. First initiation is the preliminary, just to make him prepared. Just like primary and secondary education, the first initiation gives him a chance to become purified. When he is actually purified, then he is recognized as a Brahman.
Wonderful. So here is Srila Prabhupada in his own direct words in a letter, 4th September 1972, in a letter where he clearly says, second initiation is real initiation. Now let me let me also speak about some of the other branches of Mahaprabhu's family. Like in other branches of Mahaprabhu's family, there is no Harinam doesn't require Diksha. The Guru just gives a general, hey, chant Harinam. Like Guru just say, oh, you can chant Harinam. And how many rounds you can chant, as some round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds, 4 rounds, something like that. It's general instruction. They don't make a ceremony around it. So it's just general, oh, chant Harinam. All right. So Harinam doesn't require a Diksha in other branches of Mahaprabhu's family. Okay, so in certain branches of Mahaprabhu's family, in our institutions, we have Diksha for Harinam also. But the other branches, and traditionally also, Mahaprabhu, when he spoke Mahamantra to the villagers in Navadvip, he did not organize an initiation ceremony. He just said, Ei Mahamantra, or Ei Tantra. This is mentioned in the Tantra. This is the Mahamantra. And the direct Mahamantra was mentioned in the Chaitanya Bhagavat. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. The entire Mahamantra was mentioned. Mahaprabhu spoke in front of all the villagers. All the villagers started chanting. And that is how it was previously. So then what was Diksha at that time? Diksha, when the Guru will call you privately, give you certain mantras in your ear. Those are Gayatri mantras, specific mantra. That was called Diksha. But traditionally, that is Diksha. And Srila Prabhupada also confirms real initiation is second initiation, which means Harinam can be chanted even by people who don't have Diksha. Even in the group of devotees in the society that you are, without initiation, can you chant Harinam or can you not chant Harinam? Please tell me.
We can, Prabhuji.
We can chant Harinam. Technically, you should not be able to chant Mahamantra without initiation. But the fact that you are able to chant Harinam even before initiation indicates that Harinam does not technically require initiation. What technically requires initiation is Mantra Diksha, second initiation, and I hope that clarifies your doubt. All right. Second, if your first Guru, Harinam initiation Guru and your Mantra initiation Guru are different, then who is your real Guru? The real, as I have specified many times, and I quoted Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's song, the real Guru is somebody who gave you Shiksha, who gave you Bhajan, knowledge of Bhajan, who took you all the way till the end. That Guru is the highest. We have respect for all the Gurus. But in hierarchy of respect, the highest respect is for the Guru who actually made us taste the final goal. That cannot be compared to anything else. The Guru who gave us that anubhav, that direct experience of Bhakti Ras, is the Guru for whom we have the highest amount of respect. And there is no shying away from it. The Acharyas have also confirmed it. All right? I hope that clarifies. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We are in second round. We'll go to Bhagavan.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you for giving me another chance. So, Prabhuji, my question is, Janme Janme Prabhu say, does that apply to the Mahant Guru who happens to be the bhajan guru, or it's for whom, Prabhuji? If you could clarify, Prabhuji.
Chakshudan dilo jai, janme janme Prabhu say that somebody who gave me chakshu means the eyes of divine knowledge, the eyes of Vedic knowledge. Janme janme, birth and birth, he is my birth after birth, he is my guru. And birth after birth, he is my Prabhu. So what it means is that because that person taught Vedic knowledge in one particular life, the samskars of that Vedic knowledge are going to stay in all future lives because you have already learnt Vedic knowledge from such a person. And janme, in whichever birth you take, that particular guru's contribution will never go away. It should not be interpreted to mean that that guru has to come again and give you Vedic knowledge again. Because you already received Chakshu Dan. What is the meaning of Dan? Is Dan given once or is Dan given repeatedly? Please tell me, Bhagavan Prabhu, is Dan given only once or repeatedly?
I'm trying to unmute
Once, Prabhuji.
So, how many times do the eyes need to be opened? Once or multiple times? Please tell me.
Once, Prabhuji.
Once. So that's it. So the guru has to perform the task once, and after that, even if you take another birth, your eyes will be opened because in previous life you have the samskaras. And Shri Krishna verifies this in the Bhagavad Gita, where he says that I am quoting this verse from the Bhagavad Gita, where he says 6.44 पूर्वाभ्यासेन तेनैव ह्रियते ह्यवशोऽपि सः जिज्ञासुरपि योगस्य शब्द ब्रह्माति वर्तते. By virtue of divine consciousness of previous life, he automatically becomes attracted to yogic principles even without seeking them. So obviously, the divine consciousness of previous life is maintained in future lives. So the credit goes to that guru who in previous life opened the eyes through the torch of knowledge. So that is the meaning of the verse. That's all.
So, Prabhuji, so if somebody has to take, let's suppose, multiple births, so and he doesn't remember who actually gave it that first time, so how he can be still being in gratitude to that person, Prabhuji?
Because that person was a representative of Shri Krishna. Tasmin tushte jagat tushtam. By satisfying Shri Krishna, being grateful to Shri Krishna, automatically one becomes grateful and respectful to the Gurujanas who have helped in the past, and also by keeping respect to Gurujanas of the present life. That is all that is expected. Okay.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Prabhu. So we go to Ananta Acharya Prabhu. So what the process we follow is those who are first timers, we serve them first, and before going back to the second.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So I have query regarding like I heard a conversation or there was one devotee who asked once His Holiness Radha Govind Maharaj about like do we get any sinful reaction if we follow a unbona fide guru. So in that late the Maharaj said like because we are sinful that's why we get unbona fide guru or in that way. So does our past reaction or anything related to that also affects whether we get a bona fide or unbona fide guru or that kind of.
Well, the question is already loaded because you took the name of Maharaj.
Sorry.
If you would have not taken the name of Maharaj, it would have become easier for me to answer. So the question is already loaded because you took the name of Maharaj in it. What do you want me to say? I can't speak against or for. I can speak for my guru, but I can't speak against my own guru, isn't it? So I would say the question is loaded, but there is an article named Putana. In that article, the Putana is compared to the false guru, and it is said that Putana only manages to kill the children of the followers of Kamsa. Putana did not kill a single child who was devoted to Shri Krishna. So that itself, there is an indication given by the acharyas that there is some past connection for a person who receives a guru who is not bona fide. But I'll not elaborate more. But I'll give a very small, see, sometimes what happens in some lives, we might have become an agent of a guru who was not bona fide. And we might have recruited many newcomers into that group or that cult. Because we don't know in past lives which bona fide or non-bona fide cults we were members of. So if sometimes in a past life we were members of a non-bona fide, non-Vedic cult, and we heavily recruited many people into a cult with a non-bona fide guru, perhaps one of the results of such an activity may show up in a future life. But there are only indirect indications for that. See, today's world is where if you speak that this was something to do with your past, people don't like it. Because people don't like to take responsibility for their present life, what to speak of taking responsibility for past lives. That is the world today. The world is not made up of responsible people today. The world is responsibility, and most people in today's world don't go together. That is how today's world is working. So most people don't like to hear the news that they are somehow responsible for the negativities that have taken place in their lives. But the mature devotee is responsible enough. Tattenu kampam susamikṣamāno bhunjana evatma kritam vipakam. Even if something negative happened with me, it must have some seed in the past. Otherwise, it could not have happened with me. So, that is the mature devotee. But such maturity is very less in today's age, and people find much more comfort in pointing fingers towards others. The guru was problematic, hence I suffered. The easy solution. So therefore, I don't like to dig more in this direction, that it was ultimately your mistake or some whose mistake. Because nowadays people are not easily willing to accept that it was ultimately their mistake. Right? But my request is to ask questions without naming specific people, especially people who are physically present. That will help me. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna.
Thank
Hare
you,
Krishna.
Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. We'll go to Dāsa Mataji next.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Please accept our obeisances. So Prabhuji, what was mentioned in the class was about by ourself, by our intellect and discrimination, we cannot find our guru. Whatever Krishna arranges is the best. So does that mean, is this a right understanding to say that our role is just to pray for such an arrangement to be made?
Yeah, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada says in the same article, the devotee should earnestly pray to Bhagavan, and the devotee should work upon following sadachar, means purifying their any incorrect habits that they have. I'll once again share that particular PDF screen so that I can point out the exact. He says we have to be patient and wait. In the meantime, we should prepare ourselves by cultivating a service attitude and trying to eliminate extraneous desires, unwanted desires, basically. So if we pray sincerely for the Lord's blessing, then He will graciously bless us. Through His grace, we will find a bona fide spiritual master. So meanwhile, while we are praying to Krishna, we should also simultaneously work upon the negativities within our own heart. And these negativities can be, instructed. What are the negativities which we need to work upon? They can be given to us by a sadhu who is currently available to us. So we can keep working on removing those negativities, purifying our heart, preparing ourselves to be the best version of the sadhaka before we meet our guru finally. So that is what can be done. So I hope that answers your query to some degree of satisfaction.
Yes, thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. We'll go to Jitu Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Yes.
Prabhuji, I wanted to ask, in choosing a guru also, like there are different level kinds of advanced devotees, like one are on the level of acharya and one are bhajananandis or kind of, some avadhut in nature. I hope you understand, Prabhuji, what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
So is it also advisable only because for an acharya I've seen that it is well to take an acharya as a spiritual master, but if sometimes one is inspired by a bhajananandi or sometimes he's not like like in a proper institution or something, but sometimes advanced devotees behave in a way which is not easily understandable. So is that possible to take that kind of a guru, or it can harm one's life due to fear of aparadh?
The acceptance of guru is purely one's own volition. But if you were introduced to spiritual life through a particular institution, then you also have some gratitude towards that institution. And if you were introduced to spiritual life not through an institution but just on your own, then you have no obligation to an institution. But if you were introduced through the institution, and if you found some sadhu somewhere else, then you have to take a decision. What do you have to do? Maybe your heart says, no, I want this sadhu as my guru. But finally, the decision is up to the disciple. Finally, nobody can force anybody. It is purely a matter of choice. But
No, Prabhuji, sorry. I think a little bit different in the question. Prabhuji, I'm saying it's not about the institution or something, but according to Shastra, generally it is said that you should accept an acharya as a guru.
So who's acharya?
But I'm trying to say, Prabhuji, sometimes the advanced devotees, they may are like bhajananandis and like those who are not into preaching. Sometimes they like very straightforward example, Vamshi Das Babaji.
So he's also acharya. Vamshidas Babaji is also acharya. Shri Gaur Kishore Das Babaji is also acharya. Shri Jagannath Das Babaji is also acharya.
Yes, Prabhuji, I got your answer.
Why acharya? You mean acharya of a what? No, that is not the meaning of acharya. Acharya achinoti shastrartham. One who selects, one who carefully picks out meanings from shastra and lives in his own life. That is acharya. Maybe bhajananandi or he may be a pracharak. No, that doesn't.
Okay. Yes,
Acharya,
Prabhuji.
the acharya can come from both types of devotees.
Okay, I got it, Prabhuji. But like Prabhuji, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhu Maharaj said, no, that some of his disciples not to go close to Vamshidas Babaji. If you cannot understand, you may misunderstand and do offenses, something like that. So I was wanting to know about that point.
But he was not asking them to go to him for initiation. They were already initiated by him. Your question is about initiation. If you are
initiation or shiksha, whatever.
Yeah, if you are able to have a relationship of shiksha with any Vaishnava, you can approach that Vaishnava. If you are not able to have it, then you have to approach another Vaishnava. That's an acharya can be a bhajananandi or can be a pracharak. It can be both. There is no restriction on that. Right?
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We'll go to Bhagavat Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for giving me another chance. So, Prabhuji, last time I could not clarify my question properly. My question actually was, I'm aspiring from a certain personality to give initiation, take initiation, but if that certain personality has stopped giving initiation, what can I do? Because I cannot find myself in a position where I can see anyone apart from him being my guru. So,
right.
What can I do? That was my main focus on that time also.
Sure. Your situation is one such situation. I also saw a situation in which a devotee wanted to get initiation from a particular guru, but that guru left this world. Now he doesn't have a choice. Your situation is maybe he will give, maybe he will not give. But the situation of this other devotee is that certainly he is not going to get Diksha. That is but he earnestly prayed to Bhagavan for quite some time before he got the same amount and same degree of attraction towards another personality. And that another personality was also, equally learned in Shastra. And, so then let's say maybe the guru whom you are aspiring for, maybe assuming the worst case that Diksha doesn't happen, assuming that it doesn't happen. But in future, Bhagavan sends another Vaishnav who is equally capable, who is equally learned, and who is equally rasik, and with whom you can find a connection. Will you not open doors from your side? Please tell me.
I will.
So the doors are never closed. All right. So I hope that answers your query.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Wonderful. Next, we will go to Radharani Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you for another chance. Prabhuji, I've heard that Bhagavad Tattva cannot be understood by narrow-mindedness. And keeping that in mind, if we hear from gurus outside the institution, especially if our own spiritual master was also friends with that person in the past, and that person quotes Shastras or tells stories from Ramcharitmanas, etc., is it okay, or we need our spiritual master's permission to hear from people outside the institution?
So this is an institutional question, because the main problem here is not with the guru. The main problem here is with the institution prohibiting us to go outside and listen to. Am I correct?
Yes, Prabhu, and some kind of guilt inside also, that why I'm not hearing from people inside the institution only. It may be something personal also. And should we keep ourselves open-minded like that?
Yeah, so we should approach our Diksha Guru or Shiksha Shravan Guru, Shiksha Guru, and we should privately consult them. This is what I am inspired by, this personality, but there's such personalities outside the institution. I'm willing to stay faithful to the institution, but I wish to listen to this particular individual. What do you feel? And personally, privately, one should get a conclusion for oneself, and without telling anybody else, without declaring it to any second person, one should privately execute the instruction that has been given by one's Shiksha or Diksha Guru. Because let's say if you start advertising the instruction that you have been given to somebody else may take your instruction as their instruction, and then that may create a problem. So private instruction, private answer, private execution without telling anybody else. That instruction should come from your gurus. Right?
Okay, got it. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
That's honestly unconventional advice. Thank you. We will go to Rasikanand Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you for giving the second chance. Prabhuji, you mentioned that first, in the example of Dakshinamurti, that particular example, you mentioned that first one should look within one's group also and outside one's group also. And Prabhuji, you mainly mentioned about the four sampradayas in our Vaishnava culture. We have the four bona fide sampradayas, and in general we hear the verse sampradaya vihinaye mantrasya nishphalam yatha. But Prabhuji, many times the Mayavadis or anyone from the Shankar Parampara, they quote that this verse doesn't exist in the Padma Puran. So Prabhuji, is there a reference of this verse, this particular verse, which mentions about the four Vaishnava sampradayas?
All right. So sampradaya vihinaye mantraste nishphala mata. All right. Let me pull out that particular reference. So I am sharing my screen, and this is all right. Here is Garga Samhita. All right. And Vamanascha vidhishesha sanako Vishnu vakyata dharmartha hetave chaite bhavishyanti dvija kalau. Vishnu Swami Vamanamshas tatha madhvastu brahmana Ramanujastu sheshamsho nimbarkah sanakasya cha ete kalau yuge bhavya sampradaya pravartaka. संवत्सरे विक्रमस्य चत्वारक्षिति पावना संप्रदाय विहीना ये मंत्रास्ते निष्फला स्मृता तस्माच्च गमनम यस्ति संप्रदायैरनयति. So this is Sampradaya Vihinaye Mantraste Nishpalamata with the mention of the four Sampradayas, the four Vaishnava Sampradayas. Also in Gautamiya Tantra, for those who read Bangla script, is Gautamiya Tantra, it says Sampradaya Vihinaye Mantraste Nishpalamata. But this is a generic statement. This is not about four Sampradayas. The statement about four Sampradayas is to be found in the Garga Samhita in today's Shastra. So if you want to know which chapter, so Garga Samhita, 10th canto, 61st chapter, verse 23, 24, 25, 26. So this is where you can find it. Right, but other places you cannot find it. Shri Baldev Vidya Bhushan quotes the verse in his Prameya Ratnavali and says it is from Padma Puran. But many of the verses of the Padma Puran are not available in today's printed editions. But at least in whatever is available in today's printed editions, I have pointed out where the Sampradaya Vihinaye mantra exists. All right, so that cannot be denied that it exists in, at least it exists in the printed edition of Garga Samhita. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
We go to Bhavya Bhagwan Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you once again. Prabhuji, so my question is, you mentioned that the precedence should be given to one's Guru's service. Okay. So sometimes what is seen is that in order to serve the Guru, sometimes the disciples hurt other devotees in doing that. So is there something you can say about that, Prabhuji?
Well, sir, the instruction is to serve the Guru. The instruction is not to serve the Guru by causing aparadh to other Vaishnavas. Neither does the Guru expect his service at the cost of aparadh of other Vaishnavas. So I don't know how this assumption has come about that one should serve the Guru even at the cost of aparadh of other Vaishnavas. Such an assumption is not founded in Shastra. It is an incorrect assumption. And therefore, such a seva cannot be seva, because any seva which pleases the Guru but which hurts the other Vaishnavas is never considered by Shastra as valid seva. The Guru's seva should be done in such a, it should be given first priority. It should be done in such a way that other Vaishnavas are not hurt in any way. That is all.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhu. We'll go to Anantacharya Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu, I'll be very quick. In terms of the second initiations that you were one of the devotees that he was asking. So in case of Srila Prabhupada, when he got initiation with Saraswati Thakur, in Lilamrit, of course, at least there is no further mention of whether first initiation, second initiation. I'm asking this because one of the devotees asked me this question and I didn't have any clear answer. So in case of Gaudiya Math, is it like first and second initiation that was already, that happened in the same time, or is it during the sannyas that Prabhupada got it?
I have not ventured into this inquiry so much. From what I know, that he had both initiation. From what I have heard, he had both initiations from Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. And his sannyas was from Shri Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj. Of course, I keep learning new things every day. So if there is something which is contradictory to what I know, then devotees can bring it to my attention. But my general understanding is that he was initiated, both initiations were done by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, and sannyas was done by Shri Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj. But I'm always open to learning something new because, new details keep coming, keep getting revealed every day. There is no doubt about the fact that his most prominent guru was Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. Of that there is no doubt. So that is the answer to the query.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Then we'll go to Rasikanand Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, in general, we hear about Harinam initiation and Brahman initiation. And that's a general concept, Prabhuji, in Gaudiya Math and in ISKCON. But Prabhuji, when we go to the other branches of Mahaprabhu or Advait Parivar or Nityananda Parivar, so we also hear a concept of Siddha Pranali, which is not given in our institution, or we don't generally hear it. So Prabhuji, is it like required, and does it have like Shastra Praman also of Siddha Pranali?
In the Upadeshamritam series, the concept of Siddha Pranali was discussed in great detail. Siddha Pranali is a very respected form of Diksha that was given to many of the acharyas, previous acharyas in our own lineage too. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur Mahashaya had Siddha Pranali from his own guru, Diksha Guru, Shri Bipin Bihari Goswami. And this is one example of one of our own acharyas receiving it. However, in an institution when mass scale prachar was, when it began, then Siddha Pranali was not feasible to be given to a mass scale of people. Siddha Pranali is for those who have very good samskars, who already are following very nicely, and who are, the guru is also Siddha and the disciple is also an eligible candidate. Then the Siddha Pranali works very well. But when there is a question about the qualification of the disciples, or sometimes the guru themselves may not be Uttamadhikaris, then such a system cannot work. Therefore, the Siddha Pranali was discontinued mostly in the institutional setup, although Siddha Pranali is a valid form of Diksha which was received by our some of our previous acharyas, but it is not mentioned anywhere as a compulsory form of Diksha by the 6 Goswamis. It is not mentioned anywhere. Second thing, I have also specified many times that Siddha Pranali currently in the Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya is available only for Madhura Ras Upasana, which is only for Madhurya Ras. Siddha Pranali is not available for Dasya Ras, Vatsalya Ras, as far as I know in the Sampradaya. So when it comes to Dasya or Vatsalya Ras, either you get a response that these are not rasas of the Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, which is incorrect. Mahaprabhu came to give 4 rasas. Chari Bhav Bhakti Diya. Mahaprabhu came to give 4 rasas. So these 4 rasas, and there were pranalis of Sakhya Ras with Shyamanand Prabhu's guru, Shri Caitanya Das, etc. There were pranalis of Sakhya Ras. But nowadays, either those pranalis are no longer there or they are very obscure. So there are no pranalis, as far as I know, of Dasya Ras and Vatsalya Ras available. So it is only restricted today to Madhurya Ras, and in Madhurya Ras also it is only restricted to Manjari Bhav Upasana. Let's say somebody who says, I want to be attracted to, I feel attraction towards Shri Balram. There is no Siddha Pranali for that available today. All right. So it's only in relation to Shri Krishna, only in relation to Madhurya Ras, only in relation to Manjari Bhav. So that's how narrowed down it is today. In the Bhagavatam or in any of the Puranas, there is no sadhaka who has such a type of initiation. It does not mean that Siddha Pranali is not bona fide. It is bona fide, but it is incorrect to institutionalize it and make it sound as compulsory. There is nothing compulsory here, because yoga kshemam vahamyaham. If there is anything lacking, Bhagavan is willing to provide, as long as the devotee is satatam yukta, is constantly engaged in Bhagavan seva. Bhagavan will definitely provide. So that is what it is. Also in Brihad Bhagavatamritam, Gopakumar, when he goes to the spiritual world, for the first time Krishna addresses him as Sarup. For the first time Krishna addresses him as Sarup. It's not that he got the name Sarup by his guru and then he went to the spiritual world and then Krishna addressed him as Sarup. So the first time Gopakumar goes to the spiritual world is when he is addressed as Sarup by Shri Krishna directly. So that's another proof you can see from the literature of Sri Sanatana Goswami, where he had received a mantra of his beloved Lord Gopal. He was chanting that mantra. That's all. And there is no detail that he was given a sakha, given the form of a sakha, or he was given a name or any other details. But when he ends up in Goloka, that's when Krishna says, oh, here is Sarup. Here is Sarup. So that's the first time Krishna addresses him. So see, Acharyas speak many things without directly speaking them. So this is one other example that you can take. All right. So Siddha Pranali is very respectable. We put it respectfully on our heads and we give utmost respect to it. And those people who are qualified to receive it, even when they are receiving it today, our deepest respect for them. But it should not be projected as a compulsory form of initiation. That is what we do not agree with. All right. So I hope that answers your query. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. We have some questions in the chat. There was one question by Shyam Mukund Prabhu. So I asked him to unmute and ask it himself. And I'm trying to find where his box is. Right here. Okay.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranam.
Pranams.
Prabhuji, so my question is that first of all, thank you for such a wonderful class. Am I audible clearly, Prabhu? I think my net is not.
Yeah, maybe if
Am
you
I
have
audible?
if you have typed out your query, maybe Paramkarna Prabhu, you can read out his query.
Yes, Prabhuji, I'll try to. It was a little bit, I had to read it a few times to understand it, but I'll read it out and please try to answer.
Yes, sure.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dhanvat Pranam. Thank you for such a wonderful class. Question. In the Srimad Bhagavatam 8th canto, Gajendra prayers, there is a verse, Muktaya Bhuri Karunaya Namo Lalaya. So here it is mentioned in the purport that the Lord is much more eager to take us back to the spiritual world than the jiva desires. The Lord only sends his devotees in this world as guru. So when it is said that only in the case of Ajamil and some rare person, Lord is personally very merciful. So how to understand this?
It's very
I
easy.
didn't get it quite.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the case of Ajamil, Bhagavan did not send a guru. Bhagavan directly just sent his Vishnu Dutas. And Ajamil was directly delivered. And so those cases are very rare where Bhagavan, without sending a guru, just directly intervenes. Those cases are the rare ones. They're the exceptions. The usual cases where Bhagavan sends a guru and through the via medium of the guru, the devotee progresses. So that is the general case. And the rare exception is when Bhagavan personally interferes and comes manifest personally or does some arrangement personally to get the devotee out of the material world. That is very clear.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I had a question on this topic for some time and kind of by your explanation, it surfaced back. So Ajamil, after his encounter with the Vishnu Dutas and Yamadutas, then got a second chance. And for 12 years, he performed sadhana in Haridwar. He said in the same, the Vishnu Dutas came and took him back, ultimately.
Right.
So in those 12 years, Prabhuji, is it mentioned anywhere in the commentaries or anywhere that you know in your vast knowledge of Shastra that did he perhaps accept a guru? I mean, it's not in the Srimad Bhagavatam per se.
No, there's no need to accept a separate guru. In Brahmin families, you get mantra from the family lineage. So the Kul Guru becomes your guru, basically. And so if he has received a mantra from the Kul Guru and it is a Vishnu mantra, all he needs is a Shiksha Guru to progress. That's all.
That's what I meant actually. Did he have any Shiksha or Bhajan Guru or any such your
That there is no specific mention of that. Although it's very obvious that in a sacred place like Haridwar, there is obviously a lot of sadhu sangha, but the details are not mentioned.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Next question we have is, so one devotee is Rompini Mataji is asking, who is Bhajan Guru and what is his role? I have just answered that please listen to the recording again. So I think that you have explained very detailed. There's no need to address that.
In the presentation, all the varieties, the 10 different varieties of gurus were explained in the presentation.
Right. Yes. Okay. Next one is by Manohar Gopal Prabhu. If Guru is more inclined towards preaching, and if the disciple is not inclined towards preaching, will Guru ever be pleased with the disciple?
First and foremost, such situations, Guru is more inclined to preaching, disciple is not inclined to preaching. First and foremost, a Guru and disciple relationship is supposed to be a relationship of understanding, care, and mutual concern. So, if the Guru knows that the disciple is not inclined to preaching, then why is the Guru purposely going against the disciple? And if the disciple knows that the Guru is inclined to preaching, then why is the disciple not adjusting to the Guru? The very dynamics of this relationship seems to be in trouble. The Guru is not mercifully disposed towards the disciple, merciful enough to change his instruction, and the disciple doesn't appear to be submissive enough to change his disposition. So that relationship is in troubled waters already. So perhaps the Guru and disciple should reconsider their roles, and the Guru should perhaps take a more merciful role, and the disciple should perhaps take a more accommodative role. That is how this can work.
Wonderful. Thank you, Prabhuji. I think this is the last one we have in the chat by Chaitanya Dev Prabhu. Maybe one more popped up, I'll see. We often hear in our institution that Shiksha Guru is at the same level as Diksha Guru. How should we understand this, and what is this level? If we are inspired by someone who is teaching us Shastra and we feel that they have made a difference in our spiritual journey, can we accept that person as our Shiksha Guru? Or do we have to ask our Diksha Guru? And what if they say no?
If we are inspired by a particular individual, we should first and foremost approach that individual personally and say that I want to take Shiksha from you. Are you okay with this? And if they are okay with that, then because Shiksha is a personal relationship where you are going to speak about the details of your personal life. And ideally, the Diksha Guru also has a major role to play in our life. So we should not keep the Diksha Guru away from such knowledge that we are seeking Shiksha from somebody else. Tomorrow, it should not come as a surprise to the Diksha Guru. Hey, you never told me that, you were also taking Shiksha from this person. So the Diksha Guru should also we should seek permission from the Diksha Guru also. Ideally, and ideally means in an ideal world, the Diksha Guru is very open-minded. The Diksha Guru doesn't hesitate that you take Shiksha from others. The Diksha Guru is broad-minded enough to let us take Shiksha from others. This is in an ideal world. And that is the best sort of a Diksha Guru, who allows us to take instructions from other bona fide Vaishnavas. In case the Diksha Guru says, no, you should not take Shiksha from some other person, then you are stuck. Shri Jiva Goswami says, Ubhayato Vipat. From both sides, there is problem. On one side, the Diksha Guru is not allowing us. On the other side, our heart is not allowing us to, settle for anything less. So both sides, there is a problem. If we go to the Shiksha Guru, we will disobey the Diksha Guru. If we don't go to the Shiksha Guru, we will lose our, our spiritual advancement. So then what to do? Then we are stuck from both sides. Then you will need a special solution. But I can't give that special solution here in a public setting. All right. So that is the answer to the query.
Thank you, Prabhuji. We have a couple of more questions. Are you okay with that, Prabhuji?
Sure. How many more are there? Are they in the chat?
Two more hands came up.
Oh, acha. Okay. Okay. Sure.
Okay. We'll go to Doshna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for your patience. Is it a mandatory order that one should have a Diksha Guru first before they could ask for a Siksha Guru?
Shiksha is for one's advancement in bhajan. Bhajan doesn't begin truly without Diksha. So Krishna Dikshadi Shikshanam. Shri Rupa Goswami. Diksha Adi Shikshanam. Diksha Purvaka Shikshanam. First comes Diksha. Then comes Shiksha of bhajan. Because bhajan kriya doesn't begin unless one is initiated. True bhajan kriya doesn't begin unless one is initiated. First comes Diksha. And after Diksha, bhajan kriya truly begins. And after that comes Shiksha. Shiksha means deeper aspects of bhajan. That is what Shiksha means. So that is the answer to your query. First comes Diksha, then comes bhajan Shiksha. All right.
Okay. Thank you. Doshna Mataji, is that fine?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We'll go to Bhagavat Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for giving me another chance. And I'm sorry again. So, just a quick question. Well, if there are certain philosophical aspects which a sadhu from another sampradaya is explaining well, and we are getting that philosophical insight from them well enough, then sadhus from our sampradaya. So is it okay so that we can hear, because not for we'll avoid rasabhas, we'll not go there, we'll not talk about ras, but just some philosophical aspects on Bhagavad Tattva, Jeev Tattva, etc. I want to ask.
Rasabhas is a very technical term. Rasabhas doesn't just mean mixing of two things. Rasabhas is used specifically in the context of bhakti ras or in the context of the rasas of the material world. So in rasas there is mitra vairi sthiti. Some rasas are friendly to each other, some rasas are inimical to each other. That is where the whole concept of rasabhas also comes up. What you are speaking about is taking shiksha from a sadhu of another sampradaya. Ideally, if you are aligned to one sampradaya, you should try to find out what do the previous acharyas of the sampradaya say about the same point that you are interested in. Suppose you are interested in knowing about Jeev Tattva. So what do the previous acharyas of the sampradaya say about Jeev Tattva? So you can learn it either from an existing sadhu of the sampradaya, of your own sampradaya, or you can learn some of the things from the writings of the previous acharyas. So before you accept the conclusion of any other sampradaya as a very genuine conclusion, which it may be genuine, it may be the same conclusion as given by your sampradaya, but it's also essential that you see your own paksha, your own side. So it's important that before you form a final conclusion, you should first know what is the exact conclusion about that point in your own sampradaya. And without that, you can temporarily, you may hear somebody speaking something, but you should not derive conclusions as long as you have not heard the same point from your own sampradaya, from your own acharyas. So, and then you can come to a conclusion about what to accept, what not to accept. So I hope that answers your query.
Yes, thank you very much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
There's one last question in the chat. I read it from Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, my pranam. Usually, Diksha Guru is one's Pravana, Siksha, and Bhajan Guru. But if one sees it is not happening for some reason, one has to ask permission from Diksha Guru and take or choose a different person as inspiration, Siksha and Bhajan Guru. Question mark. Kind of similar to the previous one, but
yeah, usually you should try to find the functions of Diksha, Shiksha, Shravan and Bhajan in one person. If they are not possible, then you have no choice. take permission and blessings of all the gurus and keep a good relationship with all the gurus. That's all.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. We are at the end of today's session. Another wonderful session with so much questions and answers. Very patiently that you have answered, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. I cannot
My
think of
sincere
any other
thanks.
place where we get so much shiksha about such deep topics. Thank you, Prabhuji. I invite all the devotees to unmute and express their heartfelt gratitude for the hours and hours Prabhuji spends in preparing and then delivering and answering questions. Thank you so much. My immense gratitude at your feet, Prabhuji.
Thank you
Srila
very much,
Prabhupada ki
Prabhuji.
jai.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Jai
Prabhuji.
Srila
Thank you very
Prabhupada.
much, Prabhuji.
Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, Jai Prabhu.
Patience.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Thank you.
Prabhuji, Dhāmeśvara Mahāprabhu Prabhu is not here to kind of like end the call, so we can all just leave
Sure.
and the call will probably expire or
Sure.
something like that.
So I'll take permission. My pranams. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.